Hello, and welcome to Diego C. Palace. Good evening, everyone. It's about to kick off, of course, the fixture between Newcastle United and Arsenal in the League Cup, second leg of the semi-finals. Let me just, what's all this stuff going on here? Let me just get this a bit. That's a bit better there, I think. Oh. Let me just bring this up a little bit closer. I think what it is the camera's a bit too far away. Last minute adjustments. There we go. I think that's a bit better. There. And let's have a look. Just there. I think that'll be fine. Let's move that out of the way. I think that's about right. It'll have to do. Welcome to Diego C. Palace, everyone. This is a live watch along. The match is about to start. I'm going to try and get the lives in a minute up. But if you're new to the channel, please subscribe at Diego C. Palace. A little bit late again, but it's 8 p.m. kickoff. Newcastle United versus Arsenal in the League Cup, and it is already 2-0 to Newcastle from the first leg. But if you're new, please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace. Now, what is going to happen tonight? I think this is a massive game for the Newcastle United fans. I think anyone that knows Newcastle United fans out there, they're well overdue a trip to Wembley and for them to pick up a trophy. Worked with many Geordies back in the day, so they're very passionate about their football club. And there's amazing content creators out there from Newcastle as well. So go and check them out, definitely. Let's have a look. It's about to kick off in about 3 minutes. Just still not a little bit. I'm happy with that for the moment. Got Petty for the guy there. Can't see the hat now. Oh, can you see the hat there? I'll leave it there for now. Right, what I'm going to try and do is he says, is to get the lineups up, and then I'll get onto the match in a minute. But I've just trapped. Oh look, what's going on there? I'm going to get the headphones in. Oh. Come on, give me a break, will you? There we go. Just get the headphones on because it's going to start new in a minute. Ooh. Let's do that just there. I hope you can all hear me and see me all right. Actually, before I do go any further, I've got to check that the sound is all okay. It's all fine. Otherwise, I'll be wasting all those. Now, please help me get to 5 likes if you can. It's about to kick off in about a minute. The players are just coming out. I'm just going to check that the sound is all okay on the. But good luck to the Arsenal fans and to the Newcastle United. And oh my days, big up to you, DVS at Oregon Guna. Big up to you, man. Take my hat to you, a true gentleman there. And big up to you. I hope you're well. Got to kick off. Good luck to your Arsenal. My prediction is Newcastle United 0, Arsenal 2 in this second leg, and then penalties. I'm sorry I couldn't do it to you. I think it's going to go to penalties today. I'm not sure if there's extra time, but it's one of those. And I'm looking forward to this match. Obviously, Newcastle United are climbing steadily, consistently up in the Premier League. As I mentioned earlier on at the beginning of the stream, the Geordie fans that I've known, they're well overdue for a trip to Wembley to pick up some silverware. And I fancy overall Newcastle, who's going to deviate still like this, Arsenal fan. I think Arsenal won't get this one. I think Newcastle are due to get into a final and have that experience at final and get a trophy. But the thing with Arsenal, I just don't think they have an experienced enough manager because he spent a lot of money at Arsenal and he hasn't won. He hasn't won anything there. So the kickoff is out. Let me just quickly, I've just got to check. I'm getting messages all over the place. Oh, this is not the time. But big up to DVS. I hope you're well. And let me just pin that comment there. Much appreciated. How do I do this? I'm going to try and do this without deleting you. I don't know what I'm doing. There it is. It's that one. Has it gone up? There you go. I hope you're well and keep you well with all the madness that's going on all the way. But yeah, I'm going for Newcastle United nil, Arsenal 2 in this leg, and then it'll go to penalties. What will happen? But I've got a feeling that Newcastle are going to nick it on penalties. I just got a hunch, and that's what I think. Big up to you, Steve RSC. I hope you're well. Good evening. I hope you're well. I've got to just check that everything looks okay and fine. Otherwise, I'll be wasting my time and your time, I suppose. How do I do this? Let's have a look. Right, I'll just wait for that to come through. And the match has started. Let me just get the. I'm a little bit late. I haven't put the lineups just yet. I will put them up maybe as we go along. Let me just increase the sound of that. And then we'll do this. Why is it not working? Right, here we go. It's all kicking off now. It's still 0-0 between Newcastle United and Arsenal. And Newcastle United have gone with Jarabka in goal, and of course Arsenal with Raya in their goal. Big up to you, Steve. I'll come to your chat in a minute, Steve. Let me just check that. I'm going to wait until this comes through. Oh, Martinelli now for Newcastle United. Hold on. Oh, that's it. That's a good football there by Jacob Murphy. I can't deny for Newcastle United. You can hear, you can sense the atmosphere at St James's Park. It is, I can barely hear the commentator of what I'm watching because of the noise of the home fans at St James's Park. It's absolute scenes. They're up for it. You can tell that the Newcastle United fans are really up for this. And I expect the Arsenal away fans are also up for it at Newcastle, at St James's Park. You have to climb a lot of steps up there at St James's Park. And it is still 0-0. Imagine if a goal goes in now for Newcastle. Free kick now going off. Tonali. Oh, he does. Trippier now. Guimaraes there for Newcastle United. Of course, the threat for Newcastle United is Alexander Isak, and Arsenal have got Kai Havertz. I'm not saying anything. But there's a big difference from Alexander Isak and Kai Havertz. There's levels of difference. I don't understand how, and it is what it is. Big up to you, Steve RSC. Just bear with me. Right, the sound is okay. Let me just. Oh my God! Isak in the penalty area. Isak scored! What did I tell you? My predictions is Newcastle United 2, Arsenal 0, and Alexander Isak has actually just scored for Newcastle United inside the first few minutes. And he scored against Arsenal. Arsenal fans, why didn't you make a bid for Alexander Isak? Unbelievable. You could sense the atmosphere at St James's Park. If it had a roof, it's completely been taken apart. It's absolute scenes at St James's Park. It is Newcastle United 1, Arsenal 0. And I should really say Alexander Isak 1, Arsenal 0, because Arsenal have got nothing in their locker that can come anywhere near to the levels of Alexander Isak. And big up to everyone in the chat there. Steve, I will come to your chats in a minute, but there's a goal that's gone in and I haven't done my lineups yet, so I will come to you, buddy. Just bear with me, please. And this is Newcastle United 1, Alexander 0. Oh, VAR looking at it. Is it offside? Can someone tell me if this is offside? Let me just make sure if this is. Is it offside? Is it offside? Please help me get to 5 likes in the chat. If you are new, please hit like. And let me just check that this is working okay. If you can, help me get to 5 likes in the chat. And if you're new, please subscribe at Diego C Palace. They're looking at it. Is it offside? Is it offside? Or was there a foul on the builder? I didn't see a foul. I think that was onside. I'm not sure. I'm a little bit behind, so I don't know if the VAR decision has gone their way. And I got a feeling I'm going for Newcastle United 2, Arsenal 0 in this one, but then he'll go to penalties. Arsenal just haven't got anyone like Alexander Isak. They've got Kai Havertz, but I don't think it's on the same levels as an outsider looking into that. And good afternoon, a good evening, I should say, to Shay Arsenal. I hope you're well. Shay Arsenal in the chat says, remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you are new here and get the chance to get to 2,000 likes. Big up to you. Big up Shay Arsenal. And Shay Arsenal's gone 3-0. Well, you've conceded a goal. What is going on with your Arsenal? Why didn't your Arsenal make a bid for Alexander Isak? That would have been making a statement. Oh, wait a minute. I've got to log on to here. It's no goal. It's no goal. It's been disallowed. Timeout. It's not a goal. It is still 0-0. I didn't see that as offside. Again, the referees helping the Arsenal fans. I'll say no more. I'm just going to pin your comment there, Shay Arsenal, if I can find out how to do it. Replace pin message. And there we go. And there you go. Please keep hitting the likes and subscribe at Diego C Palace if you're new. I'll tell you something. For me, that was a goal as a neutral on this one, but you can feel, you can sense, you can hear the atmosphere at St James's Park. It is absolutely scenes there. They've had a goal disallowed, and maybe is the referee an Arsenal fan? I don't know. Someone please tell me if they are. Shay Arsenal's gone for Arsenal 3-0. Well, it could happen. There you go. Shay Arsenal probably knows the referee and the VAR referee, and they're having a little word, and it says, you know what, just chalk off the goal for Newcastle. We need a little bit of help today. Do you know what I mean? It's absolute sense. I've said it. Newcastle United fans, they never get the VAR decisions go their way. You see the Newcastle fans out there, you can see the hairline recede as they watch their Newcastle side. Real talk. I'll tell you something. Arsenal fans, they always get the VAR decisions. Liverpool fans, they definitely always get the VAR decisions. Manchester United fans, they always get the VAR decisions. Real talk. I'm not just saying it. I'm just saying it because it's like, there you go. There's an example. That should have been a Newcastle United goal in the 6th minute, and they've choked it off. That's right, I said it. Unbelievable. Steve Harris says, imagine if it was City versus Liverpool, Manchester United versus Arsenal, Spurs versus Chelsea on the last day of the season. They don't put on the big games they don't do it anymore. It's usually the teams that are going to go for the title, they want to wrap it up within 2 or 3 games before the end of the season. And don't discount Pep Guardiola and City. I know they've had a difficult result recently. Don't discount them, I would say so. I've seen them play live at Selhurst Park. We drew against them, but just don't discount them, I would say. So Liverpool and Man City, I think. And also, I think Chelsea might be a dark horse if they can get their act together. Goal was disallowed, and it's back to 2-0 on aggregate. Please help me get to 5 likes in the chat. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to DLC Palace. And here they go again. And, that's a free kick. That's a free kick for Newcastle. Referee, surely. Referee. This referee's not giving the free kick to Newcastle. Oh, it is. I thought the referee was an arse. Right. Big up to Steve. Steve, you've put a lot of comments in there. Just bear with me because that's a lot to read. And let me just focus on the match a little bit. Give me into the 10 minutes. I'll read your chats, buddy. Because that's a lot to read out. Here we go. There's Alexandra Isak now into the penalty area. I don't think that was offside. All right, well, anyway. Trippier on the ball now. Oh yeah, I haven't done the lineups. Let me quickly do the lineups if I can find them. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe at Diego C Palace, and Guimaraes there. He's had his pocket picks there. This is going to be a brilliant match, end to end, kind of at times. Most of the time, I would say. Definitely the Newcastle United home fans are up for it. I would expect that the Arsenal travelling away fans at St James's Park will be up for it themselves. But this is a statement, if you like, fixture. Eddie Howe, whom I think is pound for pound the best England manager out there, and Arteta, who's still doing his apprentice as a manager in the Premier League, spending all that money, nearly 100 million, 5 years and no trophies with his players. So there's a lot at stake. But having said that, it's really is the Arsenal manager really taking this competition seriously? I hope he is. As a neutral, I expect both managers to be wanting to win this trophy. But obviously, Arsenal will probably be concentrating, I suppose, more so on the Champions League, I suppose. Right, here is the. I'm just going to put the lineups in the chat. About 10 minutes in, and it's still 0-0. Goal disallowed to Newcastle United. I thought it was onside, but what do I know? And let's have a look at this. Just putting in the chat the lineup for Newcastle. And hello, Saliba. Oh, that's a free kick to Arsenal, though. That's a free kick to Arsenal. But Newcastle pressing high, making it difficult for the Arsenal defenders, especially in Saliba. And for me, the Newcastle United players don't just look really up for it. They're like saying, "We're going to take this. We're going to take this by the horns, and we're going to make a statement today. We're going to make a statement." They're already winning 2-0 up on aggregate, so it's imperative that Arsenal get the first goal. I would say, as a neutral watching this, but I think it will end up with. 1 minute, copy. Right, that's the Newcastle United lineup, and now I'm going to do the Odegaard collects the ball now, and Guimaraes now. Do you know what? This press by Newcastle United is literally keeping Arsenal in their half, literally, and Arsenal need to get hold of the ball. That's what they need to do, Arsenal. Arsenal right now are trying to press Newcastle off the ball and make it difficult for them to create any opportunities attacking-wise. And Arsenal need to do that. They're away. They need to get up for it. I expect they're away. Wait a minute. I can't get the Arsenal lineup. Copy. Right, here we go. So do that there and then paste it there. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe at Diego C Palace. Help me get to 5 likes, if you could. That'd be wonderful. And here we go. And that is the Arsenal lineup and the substitutes. Please keep hitting the likes and subscribe at Diego C Palace. It is Newcastle United 0, Arsenal 0. A very great start by Newcastle United at home with the St James's Park home crowd. They're absolutely it's deafening, the noise of the stadium. I can barely hear the commentator of the match that I'm watching. Real talk, and I have to say, it is absolute scenes there. I tell you, they scored. I thought it was a Newcastle United goal, but the VAR Arsenal fan, maybe referee, he thought, you know what, let's disallow the goal. But clearly, Newcastle United have got Alexander Isak, and Arsenal got nothing close to that, in my opinion, as an outsider looking into both of these two squads. Please keep hitting the likes and subscribe at Diego C Palace. I have to ask the Arsenal fans, how come you didn't make a cheeky little bid for Alexander Isak? Make a statement. You know, you got loads of money. Why didn't you make a bid for him? And unsettling for this fixture, for example. Have I put in the lineups there? Of course, we've got a... let me get a drink because this is like thirsty work. Real talk. I've got some orange juice here. Please hit like and subscribe at Diego C Palace. Remember, you can eat and you can drink while you watch your football. This is not just a watch along of football. You can eat and drink. It's very good for you, but do it responsibly. If you know, you know. Right, I'm just pouring myself a little beverage here, and right, got a little. Right, at the moment, remember it's 2-0 to Newcastle United on aggregate. So I think the first goal should be crucial for Arsenal. Right, cheers to everyone. Thank you very much. There's 7 people or 8 people tuned in there. Please hit like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace. It's 0-0. Newcastle United started the live list attacking wise, but Arsenal now coming into the fold now, in my opinion, pressing the Newcastle attack, because it's just been relentless from Newcastle United. You can sense the Newcastle United fans are up for it. You can feel the Newcastle United players are definitely into this match already, and then you can actually see the response now from the Arsenal players on the pitch. They've gone for Partey, Rice and Odegaard there in the midfield there, with Partey in the sort of number 8 position, and a back 4 of Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, and Lewis Skelly there. And let's see if he's going to trip somebody else up. I don't know. Let's not say anymore. But he got that red card rescinded. It is right. Cheers, everyone. It's just orange. I haven't put any alcohol in there. It's just a one. But cheers to everyone. Remember, you can eat and you can drink while you watch your football. I've got some lovely blueberries with some Greek yogurt here. Real talk. Remember, you can eat and drink. And just for desserts, I've got one of those famous pepperami. You know, you've all seen the advert. And that is how the Newcastle United fans feel right now. The way I see it, the Newcastle United fans at St James's Park are giving it all the large. To the Arsenal away fans at St James's Park. I can hear it. I'll tell you, the Newcastle United fans, they've had the pepperami. They're ready for it. They're hungry for some meat. Real talk. Please help me get to 10 likes. Real talk. I got a feeling, I just don't understand as an outsider why Arsenal do make a cheeky bid for Alexander Isak. I think he's levels above Kai Havertz. He does a job, I suppose, but I wouldn't have Kai Havertz at my Palace over boom, boom, boom. Mateta's in the room. I wouldn't have. And here we go. Oh, hello. 1 minute. Oh, I just dropped the. Coming into about 18 minutes now. It's still Newcastle United 0. I'm going straight into the pepperami. If you know, you know. It's nothing wrong with eating a little bit of pork. Do you know what I mean? There's all this, you can't eat pork. What are you talking about? Here we go. Oh, Odegaard there. That's good. I think Martinelli was fouled there. I can't lie. That's a foul on Martinelli. How comes the referee? Maybe the referee has switched sides, and maybe the referee's no longer an Arsenal fan, or maybe he is. That I got a feeling that was a foul on Martinelli. I don't know if anyone saw it. Good. I like the green one. The green ones are the normal ones. I like the spicy one. I like a little bit of spice. A little spice. Yes, that's right. Pepperami. The Newcastle United fans are up for this. They're going for it. They're taking it to the Arsenal away fans at St James's Park. And I'll tell you, the Arsenal away fans are giving it back. But here, Alexander Isak! I told you it was the pepperoni. Alexander Isak, I said the pepperoni. I'll tell you something. Newcastle United fans, they are in it. I mean, it wasn't Alexander Isak, it was Murphy. And Newcastle have scored. Newcastle United actually have scored twice, but they have scored. They've got 1-0. They can't rule this one out. I'll tell you this. It's the pepperoni that's done it. Newcastle United 1, Arsenal 0. Arsenal fans, why didn't you make a bid for Alexander Isak? You've got the money. Where's your cojones? Cojones, hombre, señora, por favor. And a big up to ST in the chat. He goes, goal to Newcastle, 1-0. Yes, you're right. And ST says goal for AC Milan as well. There you go. And Roma. Oh, here we go. Here we go again. VAR are checking it again. Here we go. That has to be a goal. If someone cancels that goal. Someone please cancel football. That will tell you that the VAR referee is an Arsenal fan. Real talk. That is a goal. Remember to eat your pepperoni. Are they going to give it? Bring up to you, Steve. Steve says it's been given. It has to be given. It has to be given. If it's not 100%, the VAR referee has to be wearing Arsenal lingerie. Real talk. It has to be. It has to be. It's been given. It's been given. The noises erupted at St James's Park yet again. They have had the Newcastle United fans, the Newcastle United players. They've all had their pepperoni. They want a bit of meat. They want to eat a bit of pork. There's no pork chops there, I'll tell you that much. Big up to Steve Morris. He says Celtic 1, Dundee 0. And who's Gordon on the ball? This is going to be. There's more goals in this match. Please help me get to 10 likes if you can. Isak's there. Gordon. I tell you, they can't keep going at this pace. They're going to run out of steam at half time, let alone 90 minutes. It's in reference that you can tell, you can sense the Newcastle United fans are really up for this. The players on their pitch for Newcastle United are still chewing on their pepperoni. They're like in their advert. Real talk. Odegaard on the ball for Arsenal. And it's off target. Goal kick for Newcastle. It's a goal kick now for Newcastle United. Odegaard, they're wasting that opportunity. Arsenal fans, now it is Newcastle United 3-0 on aggregate, and that is absolute scenes there. What a start by Newcastle. What a start. I said that Eddie Howe, I nearly said Eddie Murphy, Eddie Howe should be the England manager, and that's why I say he's levels a better manager than Mikel Arteta. And for me, in this fixture, he's completely rattled. Is Arteta going to blame the design of the football? I think that was an outrage. Newcastle United 1. And 1 minute, guys. How'd you do this? This is not letting me do this. Oh, blimey now, I'm missing the match. Havertz on the ball, Havertz. Oh, Arsenal nearly getting the ball in the back there on 25 minutes there. So that's a good chance. That's a good attempt on goal by I think that was Trossard for Arsenal on 25 minutes. And but I have to say, the way the atmosphere is at St James's Park, I can hear it, I can sense it. I can't say. There you go. That's the information there. Please keep hitting the likes. Help me get to 10 likes. You can feel, you can sense, you can tell that the Newcastle United fans, they have eaten their pepperoni, have a little bit of pork. There's nothing wrong with eating pork. And I tell you something, real talk. Oh, I tell you something, the Newcastle United players deserve their 1-0 lead. For me, it should really be Newcastle United too, because I think that first goal that was allowed was onside, but what do I know? And here it comes to, and quick, good. Another corner for Newcastle. Please help me get to 10 likes if you're new. I got to reckon that my prediction was Newcastle United, 0, Arsenal 2, but then into penalties. But look what's happened. Arsenal need to go back. I'll tell you something, Newcastle United, if they get another goal, this is over. But Arsenal need a goal here before half-time. Trippier there. Gordon with the ball there on Lewis Skelly there. Why did Arsenal take the free kick so quickly? Just settle down, gentlemen. It's I don't understand why Arsenal took the free kick that quick, because you're nowhere near the penalty area, so why take it quickly? Right, here we go. Free kick here. What an exciting first 20-25 minutes of the first half. Newcastle United fans at St James's Park, the Newcastle players on the pitch, absolutely really up for it. I mean, it's an understatement. I'll think it was Murphy that scored in 19 minutes. And Alexandra Isak's goal early doors was disallowed by the Arsenal VAR referee. Real talk. The Newcastle United fans that I know, they know that they need to get to Wembley and lift a bit of silverware. The question is, we'll see what happens there. And UCL back next week, and last week. Yes, that's right. Tammy Abraham scored for AC Milan, and versus his parent club Roma. Oh, right. So that means over there they are allowed to play against each other. Big up to UST. Yeah, definitely. Steve RSC. The UCL is back. This is a good period for Arsenal players on that pitch, because Newcastle United are just making unforced errors like that foul by Gordon. No need to make that kind of a foul in the middle of the park. The only thing was that Arsenal, why did they take the free kick so quickly? So to beat Arsenal, they have a lot. Yeah, they do. I wonder if it's the bogey. Well, you know what? Maybe that will be the narrative. Maybe that's what Mikel Arteta will say after the game. Oh, it's Newcastle United. I always lose to them. It's a cup competition. Win some silverware with your players, lad. Real talk. Make sure you eat and you drink while you watch your football. Cheers to everyone. Thank you for getting me to 6 likes. Help me get to 10 likes if you can. You've come. I beg your pardon, ST. Listen, I don't know what you're up to right now, but you come. You what? Listen, make sure you have your pepperoni, because I tell you, the Newcastle United fans, they've had their pork. Nothing wrong with a bit of pork. No pork chops around here, I'll tell you this much, but there's nothing wrong with eating a little bit of pepperoni. Big up to ST. Eat, drink, sleep. No, I do something else, mate, but I'm not telling you. Here we go. Newcastle United 1, Arsenal 0. Martinelli on the ball. Martinelli on the ball for Arsenal on the side. And he crosses in low. That's Lewis Hall. I think he blocked it. And down in the corner flag. So this is a very good spell now for Arsenal. I will say between 25 minutes onwards, Arsenal is starting to say, hey, can we try and get into this match? Because at the moment, they are 3-0. Not 1, 2, 3, but 3 goals down to the... you've got to be on that toilet. No. Listen, mate. Listen, I eat healthy, mate. This is healthy. Pepperoni with blueberries. You can't get any healthier than that, mate. Look at that. And I've got some organic Greek yogurt. Listen, you can't get any more any healthier than that. Real talk. You don't know. Look into my eye. Make sure you eat and drink while you watch your football. It's already got on the ball here now for Arsenal. Arsenal are making their attack now count for. And Martinelli couldn't control the ball there for Arsenal. What's going on? I think now the Arsenal players are starting to get a foot into their style of play, but credit to Newcastle United, the way they started this first half. They scored and it was disallowed by the VAR Arsenal referee, and I'm sure it's an Arsenal referee, because I thought that was a goal. But Newcastle then went back and they got their goal by Jacob Murphy on 19 minutes, and it's Newcastle United 1, Arsenal 0. After the 23rd minute mark, I would say, onwards, Arsenal are now getting into their stride and asking at St James's Park some questions of the Newcastle United back four. At times, it looks like 5 at the back for Newcastle United. I think Odegaard is injured because he's holding his leg. I think Odegaard is injured. I don't know if anyone's seen it. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C Palace. Help me get to 10 likes if you can. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe at Diego C Palace. Now, Newcastle, Rice. Newcastle intercepts the ball there. Give me a rush. Oh, Murphy on the ball. Oh, no, nearly for Newcastle United. Oh, there's a foul there. Gabriel. Oh, it's all kicking off. And Murphy, Trippier, I think, pushed. I think he stood on his foot. And but I don't think it was malicious. Please hit a like and subscribe at JLC Palace. What an amazing first half thus far. In the first 20 minutes, Newcastle were just eating their pepperoni, still chewing on their pepperoni. Nothing wrong with eating a little bit of pork. They didn't play like pork chops out there. The Arsenal players were definitely pork chops out there. Real talk. And I'll tell you this much. That goal for Alexander Isak should have stood. Big up to ST. It's the biggest game of the night. Chelsea women's winning 2-0. Yes, they are playing. Big up to ST. Yes, you are right. They are playing right now. It's against Villa, isn't it? Did you say Villa? Yes, it is. Oh, Chelsea. Yeah, I mean, the squad in depth of Chelsea women's it's amazing. Don't you start, ST. Just over. I think Arsenal need to pull one back, go in at halftime 1-1, and come out in the second half a lot better than how they started the first half. The first half, it was all Newcastle. Gordon on the ball, holding the ball in play now. And Gordon, why has he lost the ball? Trossard on the ball now. Remember to eat and to drink while you watch your football. The Newcastle United fans, you can hear them groaning. You can hear them going, oh, in the crowd. St James's Park has got decibel levels like I've never heard them on as a neutral, I have to say. The Newcastle United fans at St James's Park at the moment are giving that extra man on the pitch to the Newcastle players there because Arsenal, after the 23rd, 24th minute, they've upped their levels. They've got themselves settled into the match. And now they're asking a few questions of Newcastle United, I have to say. Please keep hitting the likes and subscribe at Diego C Palace. It is Newcastle United 1, Arsenal 0. And I have to say, how did that Alexander Isak goal not stand? I reckon the VAR referee has to be an Arsenal fan. Real talk. When the first goal, but the second goal for Newcastle went in and they were checking VAR, I was saying, come on. Really? If they cancel that one as well, just cancel the game, cancel football. It's ridiculous. The Arsenal fans, the Liverpool fans, the Manchester United fans, they always get the VAR decisions go their way. Real talk. And Newcastle United fans, they know that from experience. Help me get to 10 likes if you can. But if you're an Arsenal, Newcastle, Liverpool fan, please subscribe at Diego C Palace if you're new. I'm probably losing subscribers. I'm so what? Right, I'm going back into the blueberries. There you go. Make sure you eat healthily. I don't know if this is a contrast. Pepperoni with blueberries. I don't know if that... Well, it works for me, all right? Nothing wrong with having a little bit of pepperoni pork. What's wrong with that? That's a foul on the Newcastle player. Why didn't the referee... Someone just left a stud in Gordon's leg. Unbelievable scenes. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C Palace. It is coming up to 34 minutes. Newcastle United 1, Arsenal 0. And what a winning start. In the first 24 minutes, it was all Newcastle. They scored twice, but one goal was disallowed by the VAR referee, who I reckon is an Arsenal fan. Real talk. That should have stood that Alexander Isak goal. Go and ask a Toon person. They'll tell you. And I'll tell you something. They're Arsenal there now. They need to get a goal before halftime. They've got about 10 minutes, under 10 minutes. I think they need to get a goal before halftime. And betting that bikini body. Getting that. That's right. Listen. I've done the Christmas thing and all the extra carbs and the extra weight. It's all gone. Look, all the weight's gone. All the weight's gone. It's all muscle. It's all ready to go. I don't have to work on the cardio anymore. I'm just going there straight onto the weights now. And I'm ready because we got boom. Mateta's in the room. That's what we've got. Arsenal having much of the ball, but doing nothing. Yeah, that's right. But at least they're getting hold of a foothold into the match. I would say from the 23rd minute onwards. Literally before that, it was all Arsenal. And it's like, all Tonali. I can't deny that was a good break there on the left-hand side by Kai Havertz. It's good work there, but he's out wide. He should be in the middle, number 9, in the number 9 position. And I think there's a substitution going on. Timber's coming off, I think, yeah, you've got the boom, STE, we've got the pepperami, because we don't mind eating pork. And I'll tell you something, we don't behave like pork chops. We got a boom. Mateta's in the room. That's right, Crystal Palace. We're ready for Arsenal. Bring Newcastle United on as well. Chilwell's in. That's right, SC. We got Chilwell. With all those dodgy tattoos on his arms. I don't know where that one came from, but now I look a bit dodgy. I think that's. Who's that coming off? Is that Martinelli coming off for Arsenal? No, Gabriel Martinelli. Yeah, he's come off, and Ethan Nwaneri is coming on. I've seen Ethan Nwaneri play live at Selhurst Park. He's a good player, a very good player. So the thing is, will Mikel Arteta throw him underneath the bus like he threw Smith Rowe and Eddie Nketiah and Pepe and Aubameyang, Lacazette? I don't know. Ask the Arsenal fans. Real talk. I know. I watched the Palace reveal. I didn't know he had so many tattoos. Big up to STE. Yeah, literally, he's got no arms left. You could tell he's not been playing on the pitch because he's been at the tattoo parlor, getting that up. Tattoo. He had he's had an eagle. He's always had an eagle. He's always been a Crystal Palace fan from day one. Why would you want to be a Chelsea fan? Real talk. Come on, I've got to say it. If you don't like it, well, there you go. In your eye. Pardon the expression. But there you go. Gabriel Martinelli has been taken off, and Ethan Nwaneri coming on. Please, let's rice on the ball for Arsenal. And now goes to Trossard on the ball for Arsenal here. Now can they get a goal back at half-time, before half-time? They need a goal. Arsenal need a goal. The thing is, Mikel Arteta is still blaming his balls or the design of the ball for not sort of doing what it should be doing out there. Real talk. Big up to ST in the chat. See, the narrative is going to be at Arsenal that Mikel Arteta has gone publicly complaining about the people upstairs they haven't signed a striker. The fact of the matter is, when he took over Arsenal, he had pound for pound one of the best informed strikers in Aubameyang, if I'm not mistaken. He threw Aubameyang underneath the bus. He threw Pepe underneath the bus. He threw Lacazette underneath the bus. Who else did he throw? There was another one. Guendouzi. He's another one that he threw underneath the bus. And he dismantled a good team. As an outsider looking in, he had a good team there. And 5 years down the road, with over I think now 900 million net spend. He hasn't won anything for the Arsenal fans. I'm an outsider and I can see it. I don't understand why the Arsenal fans don't ask their manager, not just today. There's been Arsenal fans out there. They've been asking for a striker. I'm not lying to people out there. There's been Arsenal fans out there. They've been asking for a striker, not the beginning of this season, not the beginning of last season, but the one before that. Especially after Mikel Arteta threw Aubameyang, Lacazette, Pepe, Smith Rowe. Who else did he throw underneath the bus? He basically dismantled everything and he started doing his own little managerial apprenticeship. I think that's what the lad's doing there. I mean, he's blaming the design of the football for this competition. Do me a favour. Do me a favour. I'm an outsider looking in. Come on. Do me a favour. I wouldn't have him. I wouldn't have him at my palace. I wouldn't have him. I'd rather eat a load of pepperami. Remember to eat healthy, and I'm not sure if this adds a bit healthy, but there you go. Eat healthy, drink while you watch your football. I'll tell you what, at half time, I can see the Arsenal away fans at St James's Park saying, you know what, let's go for a drink. And they're in the bar right now, ordering, because they'll be saying to themselves, like what I'm saying to them right now, Arsenal fans out there, why didn't your football club, oh shit, I'm making a mess here, why didn't the Arsenal Football Club make a bid for Alexander Isak in the transfer window? Real talk. I'm making a mess here. Oh, I'm going to have to get out the vacuum cleaner later on. You remember the vacuum shake? Vacuum shake? I'll have to do that later on. Real talk. Please hit like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace. It is Newcastle United 1, Arsenal 0. Literally, they are, as factually, 3-0 up on that aggregate against Arsenal. The first goal by Alexander Isak was disallowed by the VAR referee, who no doubt is an Arsenal fan. Real talk. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's always the Arsenal fans, the Liverpool fans, and the Manchester United fans that always get the VAR decisions go their way. The Palace fans, we never get a crumb. Never. Real talk. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace if you are new. Right, in the chat, I'm putting the oh no, that's wrong. Hold on a minute, I've just done a mistake. The thing is, for me, Arsenal, they don't have someone to an orchestrator on that pitch. They don't have. 1 minute. If I tell you something, if Mikel Arteta blames his balls, the balls that are being used right now in this match, come on. With all those millions and millions spent at Arsenal, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Arsenal home fans pay some of the highest season tickets, and those are the ones that can get hold of them. I have to say, please hit like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace. It is Newcastle United 1, Arsenal 0 here. We're coming up to 45 minutes. We are on 45 minutes now. And I'll tell you something, there's a free kick there. And everyone's back here on a free kick. It's a quite central free kick here now. And so there's not much to be doing on here. And roughly about 15, 20 yards outside the Arsenal goal here. But in the first 25 minutes, I would say it's all Newcastle. Alexander Isak scoring, disallowed by the VAR referee that happens to be an Arsenal fan. Jacobs Murphy scoring on 90 minutes for Newcastle United, making it 3-0. Gabriel for Newcastle United. But kept in play there by Murphy there. And Guimaraes on the ball. Isak there, he's had his pocket pick there, and I don't say that quite often. Please hit a like and subscribe. Tammy has scored again. There you go. There you go. Chelsea fans, he's scoring. Look at what Lukaku's doing at Napoli. Look at what McTominay's doing at Napoli for Antonio Conte. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C Palace. Help me get to 10 likes if you can. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe at Diego C Palace. It is Newcastle United 1. We're in added extra time here. Newcastle 1, Arsenal 0. Big up to everyone in the chat. And I will come up to the comments in a minute. I will find the chats. 5 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 minutes. Added time there for those of you in the cheap seats at the back on French duty there. It is Newcastle United 1, Arsenal 0. And over the halfway line now, Gordon gets on the ball. Gordon on the ball for Newcastle. And he comes forward now. Gordon on the ball! Oh! Right-footed shot there. And I'll tell you something, just wide. That could have been the second goal for Newcastle United. That would have been close the doors, pack up. I tell you what, all the Arsenal away fans at St James's Park, I guarantee you, they're just going over and get themselves a nice South London drink. Real talk. Oh, hello. Ding-a-ling. Big up to everyone in the chat. Please hit a like and subscribe. Help me get to 10 likes if you can in the channel. My prediction was this. Going out the window, I thought Arsenal were going to score 2 goals and 2-2 on aggregate. And then it'll be penalties. I completely messed that up. But I got it wrong because Alexander Isak scored. And his goal was disallowed. And Newcastle United did score again on 19 minutes. Jacob Murphy there. Bish, bash, bosh. And Newcastle United won. But after 25, 24 minutes, it's been Arsenal. They've settled down. They've been able to cause a few headaches for Newcastle United. But in the last third of the attacking play for Arsenal, there's no they don't create enough. They're not making anything happen. They don't have a target point like Newcastle United have in Alexander Isak. And I have to ask the Arsenal fans out there again and again, why didn't you make a bid for Alexander Isak? It just doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. As an outsider looking in here. Real talk. At halftime, I'll put the... in the chat, I have put the lineups. You can scan back if you want. And Steve, I will come up to your comments in a minute at halftime. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C Palace. Help me get to 10 likes. It is stoppage time now here. And this is Trippier on the ball. Botman. Havertz on the ball. Trippier then heads the ball out. And Shibraka there on the edge of the area with the ball. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C Palace. For the first 20 minutes, 23 minutes, all Newcastle. Afterwards, Arsenal settled into it, but they've not been able to make anything with what their little possession that they've had in the second half of the first half, if you like. And also just to make you aware that there's been 2 yellow cards. Kai Havertz has received a yellow card on 42 minutes. Saliba received a yellow card on 44 minutes. And Gabriel was substituted on 37 minutes. Ethan Nwaneri coming on for him. Of course, for Arsenal. Here we go. Trossard on the ball for Arsenal. And he's crossed it. And he hasn't gone anywhere. We're about 2 minutes, 3 minutes now of added time now. Newcastle is still 1-0 up against Arsenal. They've got 3-0 up on the aggregate. It is absolute six. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C Palace. It is Newcastle United 1, Arsenal 0. We're in added time now. We're about into the last minute or so of added time. And here's Gabriel on the ball for Arsenal. Back to Saliba on the ball from Gabriel. And then back to Timber, and they're too central, too down the middle, Arsenal. Use a bit of width. They're clearly missing Bukayo Saka there. And the narrative will be the injuries that they've got. They can't spend any money because no one wants to play for me. I reckon that's another thing. I think even if they did make a bid for a player, for a striker, the striker said, who's your manager? Who? Mikel Arteta? Oh, get me another club. That's what's happening. Let me just put it down in plain English. If Alexander Isak was approached by Arsenal, would he want to be managed by Eddie Howe or Mikel Arteta? There you go. There you go. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego Palace. I'm an outsider looking into Newcastle United and Arsenal, and I can see it. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego Palace. Tenali on the ball. Tenali on the ball. Lewis Skelly there. Good challenge there by Lewis Skelly there. He's a good player, Lewis Skelly. I've seen him live at Selhurst Park against my Palace. Good player there. Simon Hooper. And that is it. It is timeout. That is the halftime whistle. What an amazing first half. I'll tell you what, it was real talk. I can't even open the damn thing here. Real talk. The Newcastle United fans, you know what they had before halftime? They had one of these, a pepper army, a spicy one, because they started that first half. It was absolute scenes. You could feel, you could sense, you could hear the atmosphere at St James's Park. The home crowd of St James's Park was erupting. If it had a roof, it wouldn't have had it, because it would have just broken the ceiling. Real talk. The atmosphere was immense. I could barely hear the commentator. I could see the football, and I could sense that the players were sensing that atmosphere at St James's Park from the Toon Army at St James's Park, and rightly so. Alexandra Isak scored early doors, but what happened? The Arsenal VAR referee ruled it out. Real talk. I've said it before. Liverpool fans, the Manchester United fans, and the Arsenal fans, they always get the VAR decisions. Real talk. So it was back to 0-0. But a few minutes later, Jacobs there, Murphy there, he scored on 90 minutes. And that one, they even looked at that one. And you know what? I tell you something. It was outrage. I was saying to myself, if that goal by Murphy was disallowed, I'll be like, come on. I mean, like, really? But what an amazing start by the Newcastle United players for their fans at St James's Park. I tell you, they all had their pepper army. There's nothing wrong with eating a bit of pork. There's no pork chop here. Real talk. Half time, Newcastle United 1, Arsenal 0. And for me, about 23 minutes onwards, then Arsenal started to get into their own stride, into their match. And but there's no creative play enough sufficient to hurt Newcastle United. They're literally playing at times 5 at the back. So that might be the narrative from Mikel Arteta, is that they parked the bus from the beginning. Well, then you do your job as an Arsenal fan, Arsenal manager. You find a way to break down that bus or that wall at the back of your opponent. He'll be blaming the ball, no doubt, or maybe he will be blaming his own balls. I don't know. But they don't have enough attacking threat or creativity in Arsenal in the last third of their attacking play. It's been a little bit sometimes too central in possession, and the transition from defence to attack for Arsenal has not been what they normally like to do at high pace in that transition or from defence to attack. They've not been able to do that because Newcastle have stopped them from doing so. So I'm looking at the bench and I'm looking at the striker that they've got, and why isn't that Sterling doesn't sometimes start ahead of Kai Havertz? Maybe I think he's got to be an option. I mean, he's on the bench. You've got Jorginho there as well. It's we'll have to see. I think in the second half there needs to be a goal for Arsenal early doors, and then see what happens there. That will give himself a chance. Right, it is half time. I'm going to go back to the top of the chat because Steve did put some chats there earlier on, and I haven't read them out. So I'm going to have a little bit of pepper on me first. It's very greasy. Oh. Please give him the likes and subscribe at Diego Palace. Steve RFC said at the beginning, big up. And he went on to say, Kairat lost 2-0 to Park. To Park what? Oh, it's the side Park. Kairat lost 2-0 to Park. Next game Saturday versus Georgia team, and then play 11th. Then 2 games on 14 last game. Kimmich, they drew 2-2 with a Kazakh team. That's regarding the Kairat loss. Their 4-2 loss So it's a pre-season though, so but it is what it is. And then Steve RFC goes on to say the fixtures for Kazakh fixtures come out starts of 1st of March. Yeah, I remember you said it comes out later on. But they won't reveal all the fixtures there. They're only going to reveal apparently a few. The first game, Astana away, and Karate last league game also versus Astana on Sunday, the 26th of October. Wow, that's a break. It's got to be to do with the weather. The Siberian cold front probably prevents them from putting any matches in the time when they're not playing. So we play Astana on the first and the last day. Rest of Korea games are two top teams. Odyssey home March the 8th. October home. Also, they have released some of them. April the 26th. Achoti away 31st of May. Or the AC away June the 28th. Tobo away on July. It looks like they play one weekend and then I could be wrong. Then they have 2 weekends off and then they play one. Maybe they have a cup competition in between. I don't know. Tobo away July the 26th. At Toby home 13th of September to the penalty of Celtic. And then Shay Arsenal comes in and says, remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new here and get the chance to get to 2K. I mean, they meant 2,000 subscribers. Yeah, please help me get to 2,000 subscribers. So if you're new, please subscribe at Diego C. Palace. Thank you very much for the support, everyone thus far. I've pinned Shay Arsenal's comment there on the top of there. Just encouraging everyone to please subscribe and to like. Thank you for doing that, Shay Arsenal. I much appreciated. And Shay Arsenal went for Arsenal 3-0. Sorry, but your Arsenal just didn't turn up in the first 25 minutes. The Newcastle United fans were still chewing on their pepperoni. They were like, they wanted some fresh meat and they got themselves a bit of pork. There's nothing wrong with eating pork. And I'll tell you something, Newcastle United started on fire. Real talk. I think I've read all your comments there, Steve. I can't remember. Oh, no, here. No, I've read. Imagine if it was Manchester City. Yeah, no, I've read that one. And it was because Karat started the season away to Astana. The last game also at home versus the same team, Astana. They finished the season 1 point behind us. They are big rivals. They will want to take the league off us. So that means I know you're a Karat fan. I'm going to become, just to annoy Steve RFC, I'm going to become an Astana fan. That's right, I said it. I'm going to have to Google because I have no idea where it is. But I'm going to Google. I don't know who their manager is. So I'm gonna back the corner of Astana just to annoy Steve RFC. He's gonna be like, right, where's that pepperoni? That's right, because I'll tell you something. Big up to you, Steve RFC. I'll tell you something. At the beginning of this half, the Newcastle United fans, the atmosphere, you could hear it, you could sense it, you could feel it at St James's Park. Those Newcastle United fans were still chewing on the pepperoni. They were still smelling it up. Real talk, there's nothing wrong with a bit of pork. Listen, let me tell you something. Real talk. The Newcastle United fans, they saw that goal for Alexander Isak, but it was ruled out because VAR ruled it out. For me, open our eyes, look into my eyes, that VAR referee must be an Arsenal fan. He must be wearing Arsenal lingerie or something. Something's going on there, miss. Real talk, what they do outside their football program, I don't know. But all I can say is that was an Alexander Isak goal, but it was ruled offside. But a few minutes later, Jacob Murphy scoring goal for Newcastle United, and the atmosphere erupted again. They went back on to chew on their pepperoni. Real talk, it was absolute scenes. For the first 23rd, 24th minute, it was all Newcastle United. Absolutely, what a start to their half. And I have to say, then afterwards, after about 23, 24 minutes, Arsenal did start to gain possession of the ball and just, calming things down, control of the ball, passing off the ball. But I think Arsenal are lacking creative play from the transition of defence to attack in their pace in this particular match. The narrative will be because they've had a lot of injuries and Mikel Arteta has already said publicly, we didn't, we didn't spend any money. What are you talking about, Arsenal fans? You've spent, your manager, Mikel Arteta, has spent over 750 million net spend since he's been your manager. And he's complaining because he hasn't been able to buy any players. Is he taking the bubble? I mean, there's taking the bubble and there's taking the piss. I don't understand it because I don't understand Arsenal. I'm an outsider looking in, but it's just obvious that the man likes to spend money. And where's the silverware for those Arsenal fans? There you go. They get in the League Cup. They knocked my Crystal Palace out with a dodgy second goal by Gabriel Jesus. It was clearly offside. I remember the Sky Sports reporter, while it was live, I think it was Sky Sports, they were saying that's offside. That's offside. Surely they must have seen it. That's offside. Hello, anyone? The referee didn't see it. The liner didn't see it. The Arsenal fans were too busy jumping up and down like pork chops. Real talk, celebrating a fake goal. And they got that second goal against my Palace, and we were out of the cup because there was no VAR. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Yes, I'm still chewing on that. I said it. And anyway, I have to say, so it's halftime now. Looking at the lineups, I've put the lineups in the chat. Please help me get to 10 likes if you're new to the channel. Please subscribe at Diego C. Palace. Newcastle United are winning 1-0, but on full aggregate, they're winning 3-0 at the moment. Mikel Arteta is still playing with the ball, or blaming his balls, or the design of their balls for this match. And that's going to be the narrative. Real talk. He's going to be blaming the manufacturer of the ball. And I think that he should be reprimanded for that. But in real talk, he's got two players on yellow cards. Saliba, big up to Steve. Steve, if you didn't hear it, I did read out your comments from the beginning of the stream. Big up to you. And Steve RSC, I am now an Astana football fan. No, not really. I'm going to do my research. Before I say that officially, I'm going to find out where it is, who their manager is, what they've done, and all that jazz. But for the meantime, I've penciled myself in to support Astana in the next season. That's right, Steve RSC. I said it just to piss you off. How would I have to do it? Kairat versus Astana. There's only one winner. Astana. Por favor. Big up to you, Steve RSC. He's probably said, right, I'm going to sort that ladder. Listen, I'll tell you something. I've had my pepperoni. There's nothing wrong with eating a little bit of spicy pork. Listen, Steve RSC, Astana, I'm going to do a number on Kairat. Real talk. They're eating their pepperoni. They're having a beef stew, a vegetable stew. So they're Astana players. They're going to be ready for the new season. Kairat, come on. The pepperoni. Ah. Right, let's get back to the football. Halftime, classified results at halftime. League Cup semi-finals. Newcastle United 1, Arsenal 0. Aggregate 3-0 to Newcastle United. Now, looking at the lineups, Saliba got a yellow card on 44 minutes. Kai Havertz has received a yellow card on 42 minutes. And Ethan Nwaneri came on about 38 minutes for Gabriel Martinelli. Now, that will be another concern, obviously, with their try and push to win the other competition, of course, the Champions Leagues. So that will be the worry for Arsenal fans, I expect. Right now, I expect they could do without getting more injuries. So what can they do at half-time? I think they should bring on Mikel Merino. He made an impact the last time he came on as a substitute for Arsenal. I think they should also consider bringing on Jorginho on for Kai Havertz, in my opinion. And bring on Sterling as well. And Trossard, because I think Trossard, was it Trossard that was limping, or was it Odegaard? One of them was limping a little bit in the first time. I can't remember which one of them. And so maybe I would do that. He's got a few options there, but nothing major. And this is what I say to Arsenal fans. During the transfer window, why in the blouse and skirt didn't you make a little cheeky little bid for Alexander Isak? It just doesn't make any sense. I'm an outsider looking at your football club, and I'm thinking, all right, even if you're not going to land him, but rock the boat. Do you know what I mean? Do something. They didn't do it. The Arsenal fans didn't do anything to push pressure on their football club. There is, I have to say, some Arsenal fans out there that have been calling for a striker like Alexander Isak, not the beginning of this season, not the beginning of last season, but the season before that. Straight after, Mikel Arteta threw Aubameyang, Lacazette, Pepe, Guendouzi, Smith Rowe. Who else has he thrown underneath the bus? There's probably loads more. At first, he dismantled Unai Emery's team that won him the cup. Wasn't his players. Unbelievable. Big up to Steve RFC's later, Stanya. Listen, they're going to whoop your ass. They're going to whoop you. That's right, I said it. Half time. For Newcastle United, what would you change? If you're not broken, don't fix it. If I was at halftime, Eddie Howe, instead of handing out the oranges, I would hand out more pepperoni because I think that's what the Newcastle United players had. Can't stand people that don't understand the basics in the sense that in the old days, at halftime, you sort it out. You sort it out. Right now, at halftime, in the Arsenal dressing room, I bet you Mikel Arteta is pretending to be Pepe and he's shouting at his players. Have you seen all that prime thing they did on Mikel Arteta in his changing room? The way he was shouting at the players. You wouldn't talk to a dog or a cat or a horse like that. And he was shouting at his own players. You don't talk to another human being like that. And that's what he was doing. Real talk. Big up to Steve RC says Celtic are 4-0 up. Celtic are on fire. Actually, I'm going to go into that. Did Jeffrey Slupp start for Celtic? Let me have a quick butcher's at it. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C Palace if you are new. For Celtic, it's 4-0 up against Dundee. That is in the Scottish Premiership. I thought that was a competition. And the lineups there, it'd probably be too early for Jeffrey Slupp to start, I would have thought. Yeah, he's not on there. But he's on the bench. Good luck to Jeffrey Slupp. Jeffrey Slupp, thank you very much for showing my shirt at the end of last season. True gentleman. Spared a few moments, and he signed my shirt at Crystal Palace, and giving them a strength in depth at Celtic. But Celtic are 4-0 to the good in the Premiership there. And quickly have a little browse there. Celtic are now up to 66 points, having played 25. Rangers on 53 points. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C Palace if you are new. Also, Leeds United are winning 2-0 away at Coventry in the Championship. That's a good match. 3 points for Leeds United, who are looking for automatic qualification back into the Premier League, I should say. Please hit a like. Help me get to 10 likes. He's not on the bench. Yeah, I've just checked, Steve. I had to. I've got the computer back now, so I can use the mouse. Kind of. I've got the mouse working, so I'm using that. Please hit a like and subscribe. If you're new, help me get to 10 likes. It is halftime now. It's starting the second half. They've had their pepperoni. The Newcastle United fans at a halftime have had their oranges and the pepperoni, and they're out again for the second half. And here we go. It is 1-0 still to the Arsenal. I think Arsenal need to score an early doors in the second half. Here we go. Oh, something's happened there. I hope you can all hear me and see me okay. Right, here we go. Right, let me just refresh this. I can see the match, but I can't. Oh, I shouldn't have left it out. I don't know what's happened there. Why is it doing that? I can't log back on. Oh, what's it letting me do that? Oh, is the live stream okay? It looks okay. Oh dear. Oh no. Okay, it's half time. It started again. It's still 1-0. We're about 15 minutes into it. And right, why is it not letting me? Okay, let's go to. Right, apologies, people. I'm just trying to log on. It won't let me do it. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. I found it. Oh, please work. I'm missing the match. Here we go. Here we go. No one area with the ball, scooping the ball up high. Deep in this high half of the Murphy on Rice behind him now. It's another Arsenal corner kick here. You know what they like with Arsenal with their set pieces. Can they get back? I think there will be a way for them to get back through that set piece there. And I can't. Why is it doing that? It's just logged me out. Can you guys see me all right? I think you can. That's the wrong match. Oh, this thing's doing one to me right now. Right, here we go. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace if you are new. Oh my God, I'm having one of those. Just one moment. Oh. Go on, Bennett. Got there a bit. Oh my God, what else have I got to do here? So I've got to go there. Oh, please work. Aha! I'm back in. Right, here we go. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace. It is Oh, there it is. Gordon has done it. As I go back into it, that is the second goal for Newcastle United. As I just tuned in there, was that Gordon? That's Gordon. Gordon has scored the second goal for Newcastle United. I told you that at halftime, the Newcastle United, they didn't just have their oranges at halftime. They had their pepperoni. There's nothing wrong with eating a little bit of pork. They've got the pepperoni at halftime, and they were like, let's get out there at the beginning of second half, and let's get that second goal. Simple goal there by Newcastle United. Terrible defending by Arsenal. The Arsenal away fans are absolutely candace. The Newcastle United fans at St James's Park are making so much noise that even the Sunderland crowd can hear them in anxiety. And Shea Arsenal saying, boo! Unlucky Shea Arsenal. Oh, no. I'll tell you, there's no way. If your manager, Shea Arsenal, Mikel Arteta, blames the ball again, I'll say no more. On that matter. And that was a goal there. They're 4-0 up on Gallagher. Newcastle United has not just taken Arsenal to the cleaners. They're literally not even giving them a little discount. It is Newcastle United 2, Arsenal 0. You could feel, you could sense, you could hear the atmosphere at St James's Park. They've all been eating their pepperoni. They don't mind eating a little bit of pork. Real talk. The Arsenal fans are looking not too pleased there. The away fans, there's a few pork chops in there. Real talk. I'm going to get in trouble for saying that, but it is true. It's true. If we score, Shea Arsenal, we'll be back in the game. I think if you score another 2 goals, you might be back in the game because you need 4 goals. I think it's done, mate. Oh, dear. The Newcastle United fans have been looking forward to a trip to Wembley, to a final, and to lift the silverware. And they've got 1 foot, if not 2 feet, in the final now. Newcastle United. The way Newcastle came out in the first half and the way they've come out in the second half, quite frankly, absolutely. I think Newcastle United are as good as good booking their holidays at the Premier Inn, or at the Holiday Inn at Newcastle. Excuse me. Not at Newcastle, at Wembley. Real talk. They're on their way. The Newcastle United fans are on their way to Wembley. There's still some minutes to play in this match, obviously. A good 40 minutes left. But I have to say, no, less than that, actually, about 35 minutes. Newcastle United, the way they started the first half, the way they started the second half, there's no comeback from that. The only sides out there that could come back from this kind of a deficit would be Liverpool, possibly a Chelsea if they had informer players. You can't concede in the second half an early goal like that. Terrible defending by Arsenal. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace. The Arsenal fans will be absolutely condensed. An Arsenal manager who's still doing his apprenticeship at Arsenal. He spent over £780 million net spent. And he's still complaining because they haven't spent enough money. The people upstairs are saying, are you taking the piss? The Arsenal fans who pay one of the highest, if not the highest, season tickets in the Premier League. Another year without silverware. And I'll tell you what, that's a long trip. In 35 minutes, Arsenal need to score 4 goals. All that money spent by Mikel Arteta, and there's no squad in depth, there's no process, and they're 4-0 down against the best English manager, in my opinion, in Eddie Howe. That's why I say Eddie Howe should be the England manager. People don't listen. People don't listen. Remember to eat and to drink while you watch your football. Got some lovely organic Greek yogurt with some lovely blueberries. Make sure you eat and you drink while you watch your football. Right. Excuse me. I'll tell you something. The way Newcastle United started this, the first half, the way Newcastle United started the second half, Arsenal have had no answer for it. And when Arsenal did get a foot into the game a little bit after the 23rd minute of the first half, 24th minute, they couldn't create enough. The transitional play between defense to attack was not fast enough, was not intense enough. There was no creative thinker there. There's no one bossing the midfield of Arsenal, and it's not good enough from them, and they've spent so much money. There you go. It's a free kick, referee. That's a free kick to Newcastle there on 58 minutes, surely. And another Celtic 5. Everyone out there, Celtic 5. Jeffrey Schlupp, it's gone to Celtic, and now they're winning 5-0. I say no more. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace. Help me get to 10 likes. What an amazing start to the match for Newcastle United fans at St James's Park, for their Newcastle United players. They started like a team that had eaten their pepperoni. They went out there onto that St James's Park and they were like, they were ready to have some meat. They were not playing out there like a bunch of pork chops. Real talk. They were. I just can't see anywhere around the park where Arsenal could get back into this match. I'm looking at the substitutions. I'm looking at Mikel Arteta on his bench. And the narrative is that he's going to blame the ball design. He's going to blame the fact that he hasn't been able to spend anything. He's going to blame that he's had injuries. Well, so has everybody else got to play with the same football. Well, so has everybody got injuries. And so has everybody else got difficulty in spending money. Not like him, though. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace's Newcastle United 2, Arsenal 0. The aggregate is Newcastle United 4, Arsenal 0. They've got they've got 30 minutes to play, and I just don't see 60s. I can't see in the next 30 minutes where they can get one goal, let alone four. Gordon on the ball, Gordon on the ball. And a lot of work there done by Bruno Guimaraes and Tonali off the ball. Not so much on the ball. They're doing the job on the ball, but off the ball, Bruno Guimaraes and Tonali, they're putting in the shift. I don't go by stats. I go by what I can see on the match, and they're putting in the shift. The Newcastle United defence of Burns, Botman and Shaw, and Trippier and Hall on either side, they've been absolutely brilliant for Newcastle United, not just in the transition from defence to attack, but when they're off the ball, in seeing out the time when Arsenal did have a bit of possession on them. The only way is a corner here for Arsenal. That's about the only way I can see Arsenal pegging a goal back by a set piece, by a corner. Substitutions taking place here. Odegaard's coming. Moreno for Odegaard. That's what I said. Bring Moreno, Trossard, and Raheem Sterling. That's what I said at half time, that they should bring on Sterling and Mikel Merino, and they might bring in Jorginho as well, maybe. The home fans are booing the Arsenal fans, or maybe it's the Arsenal away fans booing the Arsenal players. I don't know. But I'll tell you something. It is absolutely amazing to see and to hear that Newcastle United, the way they started, their home crowd of St James's Park, it just erupted from kickoff. And what an atmosphere. I've not heard that loud before. I could barely hear the commentator that I'm watching. Corner for Arsenal on 63 minutes, and it goes in back to the back. Didn't beat the first man. Terrible corner from Arsenal. The Arsenal fans will be upset with that corner taken. They can't even beat the first man. And right now, all the Newcastle players, man to man, on that pitch are better than all the Arsenal players. It's similar to where my Crystal Palace players, boom, 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 Mateta's in the room at Crystal Palace. Every player at Crystal Palace at Old Trafford, we were better than the Manchester United players, including the ones that were in the bench for Manchester United. Real talk. So that's what Newcastle have done in the first half and in the beginning of the second half against Arsenal. Isak there keeping the ball in here from Newcastle. Alexander Isak there keeping the ball there down on the left-hand side there, but now it's a Newcastle throw for Newcastle United here. And the Newcastle United players, they don't have to rush. They are already booking the holiday to Wembley for the cup final. Please help me get to 10 likes. Big up to Shay Arsenal. I hope you're well. Yeah, I think you need to get a goal back to get back into the game. But I would say this, Shay Arsenal. They've just done the double substitutions, three double substitutions, and Marino and Sterling, and that's what I suggested should have started earlier on. And I could sense that there will be Arsenal fans out there absolutely moaning, absolutely angry with the way the substitutes team was laid out and how they started their match for their team. Newcastle United wanted this. Newcastle United had eaten not just their Weetabix, but their pepperami, and they went out onto St James's Park and they took it to their Arsenal away fans. They took it to those Arsenal fans. And real talk, had it not been for that ruled out offside goal by Alexander Isak, Newcastle United would have been 3-0 up. Real talk. No one's there in the middle of the box to head the ball in there for Arsenal. I don't understand that. I can't see where they're going to get a goal. Only from a corner, from a set piece, from a penalty, something like that. Apparently, the last time the Newcastle United won a trophy was in 1955. They're well overdue. Newcastle United have gone from the previous ownership, from having Steve Bruce as their manager, to this, to having the best pound for pound English manager that we have in Eddie Howe. How is he not the England manager? I don't know. Shame on the FA. I have to say it. They should have hired someone from England, in my opinion. Newcastle United versus Arsenal. Newcastle United 2, Arsenal 0. Alexander Isak. They just don't have. Arsenal haven't got an Alexander Isak at the moment. Arsenal don't have the work rate that, in my opinion, as a neutral, of what Bruno Grimanes and Tonali have done in the centre of the park for Newcastle United. They've been at it. Guimaraes on the ball. Guimaraes. I'm giving the man of the match to Bruno Guimaraes. The way I see it. I mean, Tripp is up there, of course. Gordon is up there. Murphy's up there for Newcastle. Definitely none of the Arsenal fans. Please, Arsenal players, they haven't been up there at the races. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace if you are new. Help me get to... help me get to 10 likes, please, if you're in the chat. After the match, I will go into the other matches that may be ongoing. Oh, I'm getting messages all over the place now. And the Celtic, the last I saw, were winning 5-0. 5-0. It's not working, this. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace. Newcastle United are absolutely well worth their 4-0 aggregate win over Arsenal to book themselves a trip to Wembley, and they well deserve it. They'll be looking to get that done. And let's have another look here. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace if you are new. I can't get the... I've got to plug this in because the battery's going to die. And here's on the left-hand side now. Head ball headed out. Saliba on the ball for Arsenal. Oh, I did not want to hear that. You did not want to hear that. So the phone's going off there. Please hit a like and subscribe at DLC Palace. Newcastle United 2, Arsenal 0. And Arsenal are well due. They need a goal quickly back to get any glimmers of trying getting back into this. Big up to Semik. I hope you're well. Marino Lima expected to arrive in Istanbul this evening to sign a €2.5 contract at Galatasaray. You should never have got rid of Will Saha. Big up to Semik. He's like, Semik has had his pepperami with that expression there. Real talk. There's nothing wrong with eating a little bit of pork. Real talk. And Steve RSC says that Celtic has won or are winning 6-0. Jeffrey Schlupp signs there from Crystal Palace, and now they're close to getting into double figures. Real talk. Good luck to Jeffrey Schlupp at Celtic. I'll tell you, here is Newcastle United 2. It's getting a bit nippy out there. The players are fighting each other. They're pushing each other. Joshing in there. Here comes the corner in. And the corner comes in. And Sterling hits the ball back in there. I think that's the only way that Arsenal can score a goal between 70 minutes now and 90 minutes is by a corner, by a set piece. From open play in the transition from defence to attack, I just don't see them anywhere on the park at St James's Park scoring a goal as the Arsenal players. I just can't see it. In the first half, mad brilliant start there by Newcastle United. For the first half, the first 23, 24 minutes, you could hear, you could sense, you could feel that the Newcastle United had their pepperami in the morning with their Weetabix. They were ready for the Arsenal away fans. They were ready for those Arsenal players. They took it to them. They whooped them, not just once, but twice. tonight, and that's what it is. They started the first half, the Newcastle United players, the Newcastle United fans at St James's Park. I could hear, I could sense the atmosphere at St James's Park. It was absolute scenes. They are on their way to Wembley. I have worked with Newcastle United fans, the Geordie fans. They know that they are overdue a trip to Wembley and to pick up some silverware. I think it's back in 1951 or something, the last time they left the silverware. Big up to everyone. What do you think about Lamina? The only problem, he gets frequently injured. If he's got dodgy legs, mate, he ain't going to last long, because if you play for Galatasaray and their fans, they're very demanding, so it is what it is. Pick up Madrid drawing 2-2 away to Leganes in the Cup. They play Atletico Madrid on Saturday. They're probably saving some players there. And 8 p.m. Madrid derby, yeah. Please hit like and subscribe at Diego Palace. Help me get to 10 likes. It is Newcastle United 2, Arsenal 0. Newcastle United. Oh, excuse me. Newcastle United 4-0 up on aggregate altogether through both rounds there. Right, let's just bear with me. I've got to plug this in. Where's the socket for the plug? I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Please keep hitting the likes and subscribe at Diego Palace. Apologies for you looking at the top of my hat, but I have to plug this in. Otherwise, the poor thing is going to die again. Cool. Gordon on the ball, Tonali. I think man of the match for Newcastle. I know that we have had two different goal scorers, but I'm going for Bruno Grimanes or Tonali. I'm giving it to Bruno Grimanes, the man of the match. I know he's not finished yet the match, but on what I've seen so far, the lad has actually done some numbers out there. Real talk. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego Palace. If you are new, please help me get to 2,000 subscribers. And also, if you could, please let people know that I'm doing live streaming. Although most of the time you probably realize that I don't know what I am doing. But what I can tell people for certain is make sure that you eat and drink while you watch your football. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? I was eating blueberries with Greek organic yogurt together with my pepperami. There's nothing wrong with eating a bit of pork pepperami. That's what the Newcastle United fans, that's what the Newcastle United players ate with their Weetabix this morning, because look how they started that first half. Look how they started that second half. It is now Newcastle United 2, Arsenal 0. And I'll tell you something, I started so I'll finish. On aggregate, it is now Newcastle United 4, Arsenal 0. Mikel Arteta's narrative will be that he'll blame the football, he'll blame his balls, he will blame the people upstairs for not spending anything in the last month. I'll tell you something, the lad has had over 780 million pounds net spend since he's been the manager at Arsenal. He threw Pepe underneath the bus, he threw Aubameyang underneath the bus, he threw Lacazette underneath the bus, he threw Guendouzi underneath the bus, he threw Smith Rowe underneath the bus, he threw Eddie Nketiah underneath the bus. Who else? The list is long and distinguished. He had a team built for him on a platter from Unai Emery, and since he won the FA Cup with Unai Emery, since that day till the present day, he has spent over 850 mil spending net spend, and he has the audacity to blame the design of the football for being knocked out of this cup. Do me a favour. That's taking the piss and that's taking the bubble. Mikel Arteta is doing this apprenticeship still as a manager. I respect him as a man, as a manager, as a coach, but he's nowhere near on the levels of Eddie Howe. I wouldn't have Mikel Arteta at my Palace. No way. Oliver Glasner at my Palace, he's landed silverware. He's doing the same trajectory in managing, coaching, as the same as what Jurgen Klopp did when he started to go into coaching in Germany. I would not have Mikel Arteta as my manager at Crystal Palace. None of the Crystal Palace fans would have that. None of them. And certainly he wouldn't be given between 500 and 800 mil net spend. Never. It wouldn't happen. Wouldn't happen, mate. It wouldn't happen. Have a chew on that. Ranieri there, shooting on Newcastle goal there, but to no avail. That's a very comfortable save by Durapra. Quite something. in the first half and in the second half, this is the first time that I've actually mentioned Dubakra, the Newcastle United goalkeeper, and we are in about 74, 75 minutes. And Mikel Arteta still complained because he didn't spend money in the January transfer window, having the fact that he's overspent over 850 mil net spend in transfers. Do me a favour. Do me a favour. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace's Newcastle United 2, Arsenal 0. Help me get to 10 likes if you can in the chat. And if you can, please help me get to 2,000 subscribers. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe at Diego C. Palace if you're watching on playback. And if you can also, please pass the word out there that I'm doing watch-alongs and whatnot. And as I say, make sure that you all drink. Cheers to everyone. Drink well. And just want to say thank you very much to all the support to everyone out there. That's how you get into a Wembley final. Look how Newcastle, their players took it. Look how the Newcastle home fans took it to Arsenal in the beginning of this match. It's taken me 75 minutes to mention once the goalkeeper of Newcastle United, Dubakra, making a save from Arsenal. I reckon into this match, Mikel Arteta was already a beaten man. If a man goes into a battle knowing that he's going to lose, probability is, with logic dictate, without having seen all the Star Trek series, if a man goes into battle knowing that he's going to lose, it will probably be the outcome. He will lose. And that's exactly what Mikel Arteta done. And he's complaining about not spending money in January. Look at all those millions that he spent since he became the manager of Arsenal. Look at that. Big up to Semik. He says, I played under 2.0 overall. It comes in and I win. Good luck to your bet, but please bet responsibly. Don't lose too much money out there. Big up to Semik there. Getting a bit of bubble there on a few bets. Please hit like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace if you are new. Gabriel Martinelli there was substituted on 37 minutes. That will be a worry for Arsenal fans that they've picked up an injury at a match where the manager knew he was going to lose. And what happened? He lost. But Ethan Nwaneri there coming on for Gabriel Martinelli. I think they need Gabriel Martinelli to have any chance, hoping chance to land that Champions League. I can't see this starting 11 or the squad in depth that Arsenal have up against the Real Madrids, the Barcelonas, the Bayern Munichs, if you like, and they're not doing too well in the Champions League. But sorry, I can't see it. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Mikel Arteta will prove everyone wrong. Please hit like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace. Is that Turkish? No, it's not. Sorry about that, Semik. It's Greek. The yogurt is Greek yogurt. I know the Turkish and the Greek don't get on too well, but not Greek, please. I don't know where you could buy Turkish yogurt, to be honest. You probably could in North London, I expect. There's some really good Turkish restaurants in North London. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. In North London, there is some beautiful, wonderful Turkish establishment. So I'll give you that. The food from Turkey is absolutely wonderful. So yeah, I recommend that. It's here at St James's Park in the League Cup semi-final, second leg. Newcastle United 2, Arsenal 0. On aggregate, it's Newcastle United 4, Arsenal 0. I'll tell you something. I started, so I'll finish. The Newcastle United players, they started on their pepperoni. This is a spicy one. That's what they had with the Weetabix this morning. The Newcastle United players had their pepperoni. They had They took it. They took it to Arsenal at the beginning of this match. The first 20 minutes, certainly 22 minutes, they took it to Arsenal and they scored twice. One goal was disallowed by the VAR referee, which I reckon is an Arsenal fan. Real talk. The second goal, they even looked to cancel that one as well, but the crowd at St James's Park were roaring the referees to make that goal happen. And Jacob Murphy, they scoring on 90 minutes. And I'll tell you something. The second goal that Arsenal conceded, Gordon scored in that, assisted by Shash. Terrible defending by Arsenal. I'll tell you something. If there's any Newcastle United fans out there, I think, as an outsider looking at your football club, I think the first 20 minutes, well, this whole match, but the way your players and your crowd at St James's Park started the first half is the best that I've seen your players play out there. They were unstoppable, and Arsenal were beaten before the whistle blew to start the game. And I think, Joe Willock is coming on. Did Willock play for Arsenal before? I think Joe Willock used to play for Arsenal, isn't it? Is that another player that Mikel Arteta threw underneath the bus? There you go. I think Joe Willock did play for Arsenal. I could be wrong. The name rings a bell. I might be wrong. Please hit a like. Help me get to 10 likes if you can. And if you're new, please subscribe at Diego C. Palace. As soon as this match finishes, I'll give you a quick summary of it. And then I will do the results on the other matches. What a brilliant match to watch as a neutral. Newcastle United, the way they took it to Arsenal. It's like they were already beaten before even the referee blew to start the match in the first half. It was just one of those. We're about 6-7 minutes of normal time to play here. It is Newcastle United 2, Arsenal 0. Gordon on the ball for Newcastle. The only good players on Arsenal that have had a good, more or less decent match, I would say Ethan Ranieri, since he came on, and I would say Lewis Skelly as well. The rest have been below their levels of performances, I think, as a neutral looking at Arsenal tonight. The defending was absolutely woeful for that second one. Big up for all the hearts. Thank you very much. Thank you for doing that. I'm not sure what else I can do. Please keep hitting the likes and subscribe at Diego C. Palace. It is still, Newcastle United 2, Arsenal 0. I'll tell you something, those Newcastle United players, they had the pepperoni. They had the pepperoni this morning with the Weetabix, the way they started that first half against the Arsenal away fans, the way they started that first half against the Arsenal players. Real talk, the Newcastle United players and their fans had their pepperoni. Real talk, I'll tell you something, Newcastle United got Alexander Isak. Arsenal got Kai Havertz. I wouldn't have Kai Havertz at my Palace over my JP. Boom, boom, boom. Mateta's in the room. I wouldn't have him. I wouldn't have Kai Havertz at my football club. Wouldn't have him. No, because we got boom, boom, boom. Mateta's in the room. Big up today, 0000. Big up to you. Boom, boom, boom. Mateta's in the room. That's right, I said it. Listen, I wouldn't have Mikel Arteta, the manager of Crystal Palace. No way. He's still doing his apprenticeship at Arsenal. He's, you know what I mean? That's right. You said it. I'll finish it. You started it. I'll finish it. Boom, boom, boom. Mateta's in the room. Let me see if I can do the bubbles and all those parts. I could do it with the other one last time. Let me have a look. See if I can. I don't want to lose the stream. Hold on. No, I'm going to cancel that. I don't know what I'm doing here. Is it up here? Pop-out chat, reactions, timestamps. Oh, what's timestamp? I've got a. What is timestamps? I'm going to put timestamps on it. I don't know what that does. So we'll find that in a minute. I don't know what I'm doing. Look, but anyway, boom, 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 Mateta's in the room. That's right. I'll tell you something. When we got those 3 points at Old Trafford, even the Crystal Palace, don't lose it. Even the Crystal Palace duck was doing the boom, boom, boom. Mateta's in the room. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's what was happening. Real talk. Make sure you get to the club shop and get yourself one of those ducks. The fun you'll have in the bathroom will be endless. Real talk. Look into my eye. I know I'm not going to do the live stream from the bath with the duck. It's not happening. It's not happening. But here at St James's Park, let's keep it PG, although we're nearly after the watershed. It is Newcastle United 2, Arsenal nil. Thank you for getting me to 8 likes. Big up to everyone in the chat. Please, if you can, help me get to 10 likes and subscribe at Diego Palace if you're new. Newcastle United have just spanked Arsenal, not just the once, but the twice. On aggregate, is 4-0. Real talk. I'll tell you something. That is why Eddie Howe should be the England manager, pound for pound. I'm not saying that because I want him to leave Newcastle United. I'm just saying he's pound for pound the best England manager that we've got. He should be the head of the England national team, but it is what it is. But for now, he will be celebrating not just the fact that they've won, not just the fact that his players have not conceded in 2 ties at the Emirates, now at St James's Park, with 2 clean sheets. It's the mannerism, the way that the Eddie Howe's, he can see his Newcastle United players. They all had the pepperoni, spicy one in the morning with the Weetabix. Big up for their hearts. Real talk. That's what they did. And they took it to the Arsenal away fans. They took it to the Arsenal players. And it is Newcastle United 2, Arsenal 0. I'll tell you, I started, so I'll finish. Real talk. Look into my eye. The narrative will be that Mikel Arteta will blame the design of his balls or the football. I don't know. I'm not in, it is what it is. That will be the narrative. The narrative will be that Mikel Arteta will blame the fact that they didn't spend anything in January. But hello, he threw underneath the bus Lacazette. He threw underneath the bus Aubameyang. He threw underneath the bus Pepe. Who else did he throw underneath the bus? Guendouzi. The list is long and distinguished. Smith Rowe. Who else did they throw underneath the bus? And today he looks like he's going to lose 2-0. And here's Guimaraes. I'm giving man of the match to Bruno Guimaraes. I've said it before and I'll say it again. On the eye, I don't do it from stats. I do it from what I can see a game of football. And the man of the match for this match, I know he hasn't scored, is between Bruno Guimaraes and Tonali. And Declan Rice, he might be lucky if he stays on the pitch there, the way he's going on. The real talk. But I'm giving man of the match to Bruno Guimaraes. He's completely bossed it and he's helped his side do things there to get that 2-0. So as I say, Eddie Howe will be happy, not just the fact that his side has won 2-0 at the Emirates, 2-0 at St James's Park, the fact that it's 2 clean sheets, the mannerism of how his players started in the first 20 minutes. Alexander Isak scored, and here he goes. Tonali is getting a good reception as he's been substituted. I think he's up there to get man of the match, but I'll give it to Bruno Guimaraes. No doubt they'll give it to one of the persons that scored the goals, either Murphy or Gordon. But for me, I think Bruno Guimaraes, they completely bossed it today. They completely obliterated Partey, Rice and Odegaard in the opposition midfield. They just did not have a chance. Those 2 chopped them up. Real talk. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego Palace. Help me get to 10 likes. Also, just want to say that Celtic, I think it's 5-0. Since Jeffrey Schlupp has signed there from Crystal Palace, now they're winning 5-0, 6-0 up there. I'll go into that in a minute afterwards. We're approaching the 90 minutes mark here at St James's Park. The atmosphere. The atmosphere is absolute scenes. You could feel, you could hear, you could sense the Geordie fans. You could hear the Newcastle United fans. You could hear the groans of Sunderland fans in boo, because the Newcastle United fans are now on their way to Wembley. They're already online booking the Holiday Inn, booking the Premier Inn. They're booking the bed and breakfast. They're booking in the I don't know, whatever they do at Wembley. But basically, they're on their way to Wembley and they will know. I think the last time the Newcastle United won a couple was back in 1951 or nothing, back in those days. So they are well overdue. They've gone from having terrible owners. Now they've got wealthy owners. They've gone from having a manager in Steve Bruce, where the Newcastle United fans were losing literally the headline, the hairline of the hairline was just receding and receding every time they watched their Newcastle play under Steve Bruce, and now they've got Eddie Howe. I think is pound for pound the best England manager in the Premier League, in the UK, the whole of the UK, in my opinion. He should be the England manager. But right now, tonight, his Newcastle United players have just demonstrated to the Arsenal manager, Mikel Arteta, who's still doing his managerial coaching apprenticeship at Arsenal at the cost of 780 million net spend since he's been the manager at Arsenal. And in this transfer window that's just closed, Mikel Arteta had the audacity to say, oh, we need to spend some money. Come on. I'm an outsider looking in. I just don't understand why the majority of the Arsenal fans don't see that. It's obvious. But anyway, it is what it is. I'll tell you something. Schlupp came on at 72. Boom, boom, boom. Mateta, that's not Mateta. Schlupp is in the room. I'll tell you something. Jeffrey Schlupp, he signed my shirt. Where's my shirt? Oh, it's not here. He signed my shirt at the end of last season. And so he's a big gentleman. He took it. He always has time for the football fans. I Schlupp in there with his gold tooth there. The lad from Guyana, he brought to Crystal Palace the jollof rice from Guyana. And I'll tell you that seasoning to the jollof rice from Ghana is very tasty. It's even more tasty than this pepperoni spicy. Real talk. And the other jollof rice from Nigeria, from other countries in Africa, respect to them, bro. I don't want to cause any, you know what I mean? I don't want to steer any problems here. I'm just saying that the jollof rice from Ghana is very tasty. Very nice. Yeah. And I tell you that, Jeffrey Schlupp, he brought that to us as well. As well did Jordan Ayew as well. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace. And remember, other jollof rice are available out there. And they're very tasty as well. Now, Newcastle United. I'm getting in between those, you know what I mean? Newcastle United 2, Arsenal 0 here at St James's Park. They're playing the minutes of extra time, of added time, of injury time. It is Murphy who scored early doors. It is Gordon who scored in the... my battery's going to die on that one. It was Murphy. It was Gordon who scored the second goal. Terrible defending by Arsenal, certainly at their levels. And I think Joe Willock, he played for Arsenal. He's already on the pitch as a substitute. But big up, congratulations to Schlupp there, coming on at 72 minutes. Day 0000 confirming it. That's another boom, boom, boom moment. Real talk, man. He'll be all right, man. He'll be fine up there, man. He's giving Brendan Rodgers there some squatting left there. He'll be eligible in the are they in the Champions League or in the Europa Cup? One of those. No, it's not the Champions League. Oh, I don't know. I can't remember. It's one of those anyway. He'll be available for those matches as well. It has to be. Real to me, it has to be. Well, I don't know. I've got too much work to hear. But big up today. Yeah, I mean, I have to say. Listen, the thing is, over there, they've been eating too many prawn sandwiches and too many cocktails. At Diego C. Palace, at Crystal Palace, we eat healthy. We eat good. Make sure you eat while you watch your football. I'm eating blueberries with Greek yogurt, organic yogurt. I've got the pepperoni on the go. Real talk. Got some little biscuits there on the go. Real talk. Make sure you enjoy your food and your drink while you watch the football. At Selhurst Park, they do the best food, the best wines, Michelin star session, and all while you're eating and while you're watching the football. Everyone's doing. Guess what? Boom, boom, boom. Mateta's in the room. Or they do. Your defense is terrified as he's on fire. Your defense is terrified as he's on fire. That's right. That's what we do at Selhurst Park. It's the best Premier League club in the world. It has the best fans in the world. But right now, it doesn't mean quite a lot because at St James's Park, they're on their way to Wembley. It is Newcastle United 2. They're about to whistle to blow the full time. It's Newcastle United 2, Arsenal 0. At the Emirates, it was Newcastle United 2, Arsenal nil. At the end of that match, Mikel Arteta was blaming his balls for the design of his balls, of what went wrong there and what not. Listen, let me tell you something. The lad has just had spent on him, that's Mikel Arteta at Arsenal, over 850 million net spend since he's been the manager at Arsenal. He hasn't won anything with his own players. He hasn't won anything with all that money spent. He dismantled a good side. He threw Aubameyang underneath the bus. He threw Pepe underneath the bus. He threw Lacazette underneath the bus. He threw Smith Rowe underneath the bus. He threw Eddie Nketiah underneath the bus. Who else did he throw? Guendouzi underneath the bus. This is completely destroyed Tierney's career, as an example. Real talk, I have to say. And he has the audacity to then ask in this closing window, transfer window, who's saying, oh, we haven't spent enough money. Do me a favour and note to that, don't ask me. I'm an outsider looking into Arsenal. Go and ask an Arsenal fan that has a season ticket season ticket, or an Arsenal family who can't take their kids to the match. Go and ask them how much they're paying to go to watch the Arsenal at the Emirates. And there's no silverware there. At Highbury, oh, they used to win trophies. Not because I know. Go and ask an Arsenal fan. They'll tell you. Please hit a like and subscribe at NEWCASTLE Palace. It is coming up to full time here. And there is that the final whistle? No, it's not. No, it's not. It's Trippier on the ball. For Newcastle United. He's looking for the third goal. It is coming up to the last minute or so of the normal time, of added time. And there it is. It is full time. Everyone is waving their pepperoni, that they say spicy pepperoni. That's what they were eating before this match. They had it with their Weetabix. The Newcastle fans, the Newcastle players, they took it to the Arsenal away fans. They took it to the Arsenal players. They spanked them once. They spanked them twice at St James's Park. They spanked them once. They spanked them twice at the Emirates. They had a clean sheet, no dirty stains, none of that. They knew when they woke up in the morning, they knew the name of the person they woke up to. Real talk, the Newcastle United fans, the Newcastle players, they have actually smashed it up there against Arsenal. 4-0. If you didn't hear in the cheap seats, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 goals to Newcastle United. 4 goals to Newcastle United. I started, so I finished. 4 goals to Newcastle United. They haven't spent as much money as Mikel Arteta in the last 5 years. And Newcastle United fans now are on their way to Wembley. They're singing, "Que sera, sera, sera." That's right. That's what they're doing. Newcastle United fans are making their way back to London. The Toon Army is on its way to Trafalgar Square. The Toon Army is on its way to that famous pub on the Euston Road where all the away fans meet up to have a few bevies. If you know, you know. Then they're going to get along the A40 and go to Wembley. The Newcastle United, the Toon Army are on their way to Wembley. Not because I say so, it's because they've got the best pound for pound England manager in Eddie Howe. Why is Eddie Howe not the England manager right now? Why has the FA gone for someone abroad like Tuchel? Do me a favour. Let me tell you something. Eddie Howe is pound for pound the best England manager that we've got, being born English. He's pound for pound, he should be the England manager, and there's proof of it. He's taken his Newcastle United side to Wembley. And the other thing I'll add is the reason why he's taking them is because of the way he sets up his team, depending on whom he's playing against. But he's got something added. He's got a little bit of special seasoning, salt. Real talk. Alexander Isak, he scored in the first half, but the goal was disallowed by the VAR referee. Yet again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's always the Liverpool fans. It's always the Manchester United fans. It's always the Arsenal fans that always get the VAR decisions. And they ruled out Alexander Isak's first goal. That should be Newcastle United 3, in my opinion. But it was offside. It is what it is. A devastating blow for Arsenal in a sense. Not the fact that they've lost 4-0, it's the mannerism of how they lost. It's the way that their manager is blaming the design of their balls for this match. Real talk. Where's the cojones? Really, where is it? Because I tell you something, and another shocking revelation today is that Gabriel Martinelli came off injured on 37 minutes. For me, as an outsider looking in, I think they need to have Gabriel Martinelli fully fit in their campaign to try and win the Champions League. But I think there'll be a hard thing to find an Arsenal fan right now, given how they played in these two legs. If they play like that in the Champions League at the later stages, I think it's a bit of an ask to expect Mikel Arteta to land the trophy. So at the UCL in the Champions League. So the narrative will be he'll be given more time, I expect. I'm not sure how the Arsenal fans will feel about that. You'll have to go and ask them. But as an outsider looking in, even when they were just 1-0 down in this match, the only way that Arsenal could have got back into the match is by a set piece. It took me to I think it was the 65 minutes into the match, 65 minutes for me to actually mention Dubravka, who is the Newcastle United goalkeeper. I think that was the first time they actually had to do something to stop the ball from Arsenal scoring in his goal. I think at the beginning of this match, Arsenal told his players, I'm a beaten man. I'm not going to win this trophy. If you go into battle as a man, if you go into battle as a professional woman football player as well, you're going to lose. You're going to lose the match. And I think that's the mentality of Mikel Arteta, because he's putting absolutely everything into the Champions League. And the devastating thing for Arsenal fans is not just the mannerism of how they lost to Newcastle United, is that Gabriel Martinelli has now picked up an injury early doors on about 36 minutes in this match. You could sense the atmosphere of the Newcastle players. You could sense, you could hear the atmosphere at St James's Park from the Newcastle United fans at St James's Park. From the kickoff, they had their pepperoni. They had the spicy pepperoni with the Weetabix this morning. There's nothing wrong with eating a bit of crispy bacon. I don't like people that don't like to eat crispy bacon. If you don't like it, get out of my pub. Get out of my pub. What's wrong with eating a little bit of pork, a little bit of a burger with egg and bacon in it? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? What's coming to the end of that? Let me tell you something. The Newcastle United fans, they had their Weetabix with pepperoni spicy this morning, and they took it to those travelling Arsenal fans at St James's Park. They took it to Mikel Arteta, who's still complaining about the design of his balls. They took it to the Arsenal players. Man to man, there's no one at Arsenal that would have walked into the Newcastle starting 11 tonight. Just like none of the Manchester United players could have walked in any of the starting lineup of my Crystal Palace when we went to Old Trafford and picked up boom, boom, boom. Mateta's in the room. That's right. But Newcastle United tonight, they demonstrated. For me, man of the match is Bruno Gomes. Between him and Tonali, in my opinion. Yes, I know they didn't score today, but just look at what Bruno Gomes and Tonali did for Newcastle today off the ball. It's not so much what players do on the ball, it's what they do off the ball, and then just make it so much difficult to give that protection to stop the position of Arsenal settling down the first 30, 25 minutes. It was all Newcastle United, and that's down to the work of Bruno Guimaraes and Tonali. In my opinion, that's how I saw it. So man of the match for me, the Newcastle United player, Bruno Guimaraes. He deserves that. I don't know if the pundits will give it. They'll probably give it to someone whom, I don't know, Mrs. is probably going into celebrity Big Brother. I don't know. But let me tell you something. Eddie Howe should be the England manager right now, but he's not. But he is the manager of Newcastle United, and they absolutely all had their pepperoni. They had the crispy bacon in the morning. There's nothing wrong with eating a bit of pork with your breakfast. And I'll tell you something, real talk. Is it Newcastle United's time to lift silverware at Wembley? I think it's back in 1951 or 52 or 53, the last time that the Newcastle fans lifted up silverware at the old Wembley Stadium. Newcastle fans will probably know when was the last time they lifted a silverware, but I know it's around those times. Please help me get to 10 likes if you can in the chat, and please subscribe at Diego C. Palace. For me, the Newcastle United fans, the ones that I know, the ones that I worked with, the ones that watch the previous owners destroy their football club, the ones that watch Steve Bruce literally make them all have their hair recede as they used to watch their Newcastle back in the day under Steve Bruce and the previous ownership. They're on their way to Wembley. They're online now on the app. They are booking the Premier League, the Premier League. They're booking the Hilton at Wembley. They're booking the Gentlemen's Club. They're booking everything at Wembley because they're on their way to Wembley. The Newcastle, the Geordie fans will be going to Trafalgar Square. They're going to pack out Trafalgar Square on match day, on the final day. They're going to go to that famous pub on the Euston Road where all fans that when they go to Wembley, they all get together and they have a ones too. Real talk on Baker Street, you know the one. So let me tell you something. The Newcastle fans are well deserved. They're not 2-0, but 4-0 win over Arsenal. 2 clean sheets, home and away. They deserve it. They deserve it. You got to take your hat off to the Newcastle United fans for eating their bit of pork in the morning with the Weetabix and making their way to Wembley. Now, right, let me just take a little breather. Thank you very much, everyone. Please keep hitting the likes and subscribe at Diego C. Palace. Right, let me turn that down because I don't want you guys to hear that. Ooh. I hope you guys can't hear that. Right, right. So it's other matches. Let me see what else is going on. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe at Diego C. Palace. That was my assumption. I think man of the match is Bruno Guimaraes there for Newcastle United. I don't know who actually got it in the end, but for Arsenal, the only good players that did. I don't like doing this rating. Some people do ratings 0 to 10. I do it as what I feel a player is worth mentioning, and the only one I think that was worth mentioning on the Arsenal side was Ethan Nwaneri, and he came on after sort of 40 minutes. And Lewis Skelly. The rest of them, I think they had a bad game. They just went up to it at their levels. And the devastating thing is how big is that injury to Gabriel Martinelli? Because as an outsider looking in, I viewed Mikel Arteta going into this fixture, into the second leg of this League Cup semi-final, as a man that knew he was going to lose the battle. He was going to lose. So how would he expect his players to actually produce a winning? When they went 1-0 down, I was looking at the team. I was looking how maybe they can change the shape at Arsenal of the formation that they have. I was looking at the subs. And if you play it back, I said they should bring on Ethan Nwaneri and they should bring on Sterling and Mourinho. Did they bring Mourinho on as well? Yes, they did. Yeah, that's what I meant. So I kind of got most of them right. And I would say some of them should have started instead of coming on as subs. And I expect some of them Arsenal fans will be asking that very same question. This is about getting into Wembley. And Mikel Arteta is like a beaten man. So it is what it is. I think congratulations to Eddie Howe and the Newcastle United fans getting back to Wembley. And yeah, they're going to make some noise that on match day when they go back to Wembley. Real talk. So classified results. Oh, actually, let me go to the proper thing so I can do it properly. Big up to Paul Brady. Hi, what do you think of the win of Liverpool? What? What do you think want to win? Liverpool versus Spursy. That's going to be tomorrow. Let me just double check before I open my mouth. Check your facts before you speak. I'm learning that. Yes, tomorrow. I thought it's tomorrow. And Spursy are 1-0 up. Look. Tottenham Hotspur, cut a long story short, they've invested in a new stadium. Très bien. Très bien. Very good. They've invested in the women's football in the WSL for the Tottenham Hotspur women's side. Très bien. Another good one. But in the first team of the senior side, they've also invested very well in the academy at Tottenham Hotspur. So that's another 3. That's a third thing that you can tick. Well done to Tottenham Hotspur. But in their first team, even with all the injuries that they've got, yes, they might be leading 1-0 against Liverpool. Paul Brady's coming to the chat. Good evening. I hope you're well. This is what's going to define Arne Slot, not in the long run, but it's going to give a glimpse of what test he can apply himself to get over. Because he's 1-0 down on aggregate. He's playing at home at Anfield tomorrow against Tottenham Hotspur. And third of all, the most important, he's going to be playing, I expect, Arnold Slot, a combination of experience and very good youngsters in very good self-esteem against the Tottenham Hotspur side that are literally under 21s. If that is not a test on Arnold Slot, I don't know what is, because he should be able to overcome that situation of what they are 1-0 down. And I can't see Tottenham winning it. They're 1-0 up in aggregate, but the way Liverpool are playing right now, no. Liverpool will win that 2-0 and it's end the matter. I don't think he'll go to penalties. But that's all down. It's got to be down on Arnold Slot, the Liverpool manager. As an outsider looking into Liverpool, I don't see the Liverpool players as his players. Those players at Liverpool right now belong to the Liverpool fans and to Jurgen Klopp. I know technically there's a pecking order now at any football club, had always been the case. And technically right now, Arnold Slot is at the top of the pecking order because he picks the team. But make no mistake about it, those players that he's picking are Jurgen Klopp's players. So this is a test for Arnold Slot. Now, if he fails to win tomorrow, I think Liverpool fans should start to worry, because if he can't get over a Tottenham Hotspur side that has got under 21s literally playing against him, even with a goal plus in aggregate against his Liverpool side, if he can't get past that hurdle, how is he going to get past the hurdle of anyone in the Champions League, the Real Madrid, the Bayern Munich, the Atalanta, those kind of clubs? He's not going to get nowhere near that. So it's a test for tomorrow. But my prediction for tomorrow, without looking at the lineups, Paul Brady, it's Liverpool 2, Tottenham Hotspur 0 on the night, and that will be an aggregate win for Liverpool 2, Tottenham Hotspur 1. If Arnold Slot drops one tomorrow and does a wobble, as I call him as a nickname, he becomes the new Mr. Blobby on his touchline. You're going to get bantered out there. Big up to ST, AC Milan 3, João Felix. This is what I'm talking about, Chelsea. And don't get me started with the Chelsea thing, because I've heard rumours today, little whispers, that Chelsea were having a little nibble at Daniel Munoz, el Colombiano. You cannot have Daniel Munoz from my Crystal Palace. You cannot have Mark Gahey from my Crystal Palace. You cannot have Ebrieze from my Crystal Palace. And you so definitely cannot have boom, 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 Mateta's in the room. You cannot have my Mateta from my Crystal Palace. STE, any other Chelsea fans out there, look into my eye. There is no room in your changing room. There is physically no room in your changing room to fit no one else. Écoutez, mesdames et messieurs, Chelsea fans. Don't look at the Crystal Palace players, because they cannot fit physically in your changing room at the bridge. There is no more room. Unbelievable. I heard that rumour today, that whisper today, that Chelsea were interested in Daniel Munoz, and I swear I was in the middle of eating my pepperoni with my Weetabix, and I nearly choked. Real talk. Pardon the expression, but you know what I mean? It is what it is. Cheer up to Paul Brady and STE in the chat. Make sure you drink and eat and swallow whilst you watch your football. But please do it responsibly and safely. If you know, you know. Please hit like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace if you are new. Big up to STE and to Paul Brady, and today 000 to Sabic and to Steve RFC in the chat, and to Sabic there again. Don't know if I've missed anyone, and I think I missed. Yeah, Oregon Guna. Big up to the Oregon Guna. DVS, big up to you. The two gentlemen there dropped in early doors there, and he's probably absolutely fuming at Arsenal, and he was one of the very first Arsenal fans out there to call out Mikel Arteta, and he has always been right about it. It's Oregon Guna. He's the top gentleman there at the top of the chat there. Right, I'm going to go into classified reports. So I'm going to go into the professional mode. February the 5th of February. English League Cup semi-finals. Second leg. Newcastle United 2. Arsenal 0. Newcastle United win 4-0 on aggregate. Scottish Premiership. Celtic 6. Dundee 0. English Championship. Coventry City 0. Leeds United 2. English Football League Trophy. Peterborough United, the posh, 3. Cheltenham Town 2. Scottish Challenge Cup semi-final. Dumfries Athletic 0. Livingston 2. Women's League Cup semi-finals. Jamie Chelsea 2. West Ham United 0. I couldn't keep it professional. I just couldn't. Every time I see the word Chelsea, they were rumoured today to try and sign by Daniel Munoz. The transfer window's closed, and they're trying to get Daniel Munoz from my Crystal Palace. But back to the professional side. I could never do this professional. Women's League Cup semi-finals. Chelsea 2, West Ham United 0. And in the Scottish Senior Women's Premier League, Aberdeen 0, Patrick Thistle 0. En la Copa Española del Rey, Spanish Copa del Rey quarterfinals, se acabó. Leones 2, la Real Madrid, los blancos, los galácticos, los que no le gustan a los clubes de Liverpool. What I just said there in the Spanish Copa del Rey. Quarterfinals, the Spanish Copa del Rey, the quarterfinals, Leganes 2 and Real Madrid, the side that Liverpool fans don't like, the side that have the Galacticos, the sides that are the white ones, I suppose, because they always wear white, that famous white kit. It ended Leganes 2, Real Madrid 3. That's a quarterfinal, by the way. Coppa Italia is AC Milan 3, Roma 1. And I'm going to leave it at that. Right. Oh, big up to this. What's this? Hammersmith has given Chelsea... What? What's this? Where's it got to... Why are we going talking about a bridge there? I'll get wary when STE puts something in the chat and it goes off subject or off script. I'm like, right, pay attention because something's going to kick off here. Listen, so... Hammersmith have given Chelsea planning permission to extend their room site. Hammersmith. Oh, I thought you were talking about the Hammersmith flyover. Listen, Hammersmith have given Chelsea planning permission to extend their changing room size an extra 2 meters. Listen, son. I tell you how much extension the Chelsea fans have. This much. That's how much. I'm telling you, the Chelsea fans, I'm telling you. Écoutez. Listen, let me tell you something. The Chelsea fans out there, there is no more room. Before the Hammersmith give planning permission, it has to go into committee. And then it has to be debated. And then it has to be voted upon. Then the union rep has to get involved. And then the treasurer has to get involved in the decision as to whether Hammersmith give Chelsea planning permission to increase the space of 2 meters, which is about that much for Chelsea fans, for the changing room. What they do in the changing room, I'm not getting involved in that. I'm not going in there. I don't even know what. I'm not talking about it. It's the chat that's talking about it. I've never mentioned the changing room of Chelsea at the bridge. Real talk. Now, something tells me it's a Hammersmith. I know it's not Hammersmith. It's not the same as Kensington and Chelsea. So that's different. No, wait a minute. You're wrong about that. Isn't the bridge actually in the Royal Kensington of Chelsea Borough, or is it in the Fulham Borough? Oh no, yeah, that is in Fulham. Yeah, it is. If it's still it is the Hammersmith. Yeah, you're right. It is the Hammersmith, because if you come out the bridge and you turn left, you go over that little bridge, and then there's a petrol station, and then there's a traffic light. Anything beyond that light, that's Royal Kensington and Chelsea Royal Borough. Anything before that, up to the bridge, is actually. So there you go. Chelsea, for those of you who didn't know in the cheapsies, Chelsea is not on the King's Road, although the Chelsea fans think they're all walking nonchalant with the canapes, with the glass of vino, just having come out of the Michelin star restaurant. They all think they all live on the King's Road. But in fact, the Chelsea fans, I'm going to get in trouble. The Chelsea fans, I'm going to get so into trouble. They live on the Fulham Road in Hammersmith, not in Chelsea. I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to stop it there because I do know some Chelsea fans and they're going to be handing some serious receipts back at me. Come on, man. If you don't laugh about it, you don't get along, innit? Innit? I have to get it. I remember, forget Chelsea fans out there. A couple of seasons ago, my Palace, even without, boom, 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 we finished above you lot in the Premier League. There you go. It's not just South London that's red and blue. It's the whole of London. I rest my case. I'm going to get in trouble. If Chelsea fans ever watch this, I make cases. No, you know what? I think, actually, don't correct yourself, STE. I am pretty sure that the stadium of your stadium, the bridge, because it's next to the railway line, it's next to the shopping centre, and that is in the Hammersmith, Fulham borough. I am 100% certain because I've worked there many years. If you come out the shopping centre or the bridge and you turn left, and as I say, you go over the bridge, there is I think there is an Esso station just on the right. That's still Hammersmith. But the moment you reach the traffic lights, I think beyond that, if I'm not mistaken, I think that is then the Royal Borough Kensington of Chelsea. Or however, it's a bit of a mouthful. If you know, you know. Please hit a like. No one out there does that. I don't know what you're about. Was this I'm tripping tonight? Sure, I said Philip earlier. ST, I don't know what ST is doing today. Unbelievable. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace if you are new. I'm actually sweating with all this. But I'll tell you something. Well done to the Newcastle United fans. They are on their way to Wembley. The last time I think they won silverware at Wembley was back in 1951, 52 or 53, back in that era. I don't know exactly, but I'm pretty sure if a Newcastle fan, they should know the last time they've been to Wembley won silverware. Now, so congratulations to them. They're on their way to Wembley to book it. In fact, if anyone wants to know where you can park for free near the Wembley Stadium, I can tell you, but it is a 35-minute walk away from Wembley, but you can park your car safely where I know. The last time I knew that you could. There you go. Crystal Palace are playing Hammersmith Apollo. Listen, mate. It'll be sold out. It'll be sold out. There won't be just Crystal Palace. Wherever we go, whether we're at Selhurst Park or wherever we go, we eat well. I've been eating my blueberries with my Greek organic yogurt. I've polished off 2 pepperonis, pardon the expression, and I'm going to get myself a little drink. Let me just I've got a drink here. I've been drinking. So make sure you continue to eat and drink while you watch your football, although it's all finished right now. I don't think there's any more matches at the moment, is there? Bayern Leverkusen. Actually, hold on. Before we move on, in the Women's League Cup semi-finals, Chelsea are, of course, now into the final. And Ritten and Kanyars there, she scored again. And Nushken, she scored again. Oh my God. The scoring depth of the Chelsea women's side is absolutely phenomenal. So congratulations there, of course, for Sonia Bombasta there, the Chelsea women's manager. Just having Kira Walsh, whom I think is the best. I rate Kira Walsh, Lucy Bronze, and Frank Kirby the best women footballers that I've seen play for England. And Kira Walsh is back in the WSL, though this is a League Cup competition. She has to be on the match there. She has to be starting there. She started there in the number 8 position, of course, and she absolutely bossed it. Must have bossed it. I haven't watched it in this again. That match, actually, I might go back and watch on YouTube if they put it on YouTube for free. I think Kira Walsh is absolutely phenomenal. I don't understand why she's not been nominated for many awards abroad. I think Kira Walsh for England and for when she played at Barcelona, she was absolutely instrumental and absolutely amazing. And I just don't understand why she's never received awards or been nominated for award. That's Kira Walsh, who is now playing for Chelsea, but before she played for Barcelona. And of course, she plays for the Lionesses. Now, so they've won 2-0 there. And why didn't the West Ham... Oh, they must have an injury. They've got injuries, West Ham United. All right, that's right. Okay, so then that's ended too. So well done to the Chelsea. They've gone into the final of the Women's League Cup. And I just wanted to look at the lineup. But that match, I am going to play it back. And if I actually, you know what, I might pencil that in. If I've got nothing to do in the morning and the afternoon, I might just play it back if they put it live and they just do a watch along to the actual virtual of it. But then I'm not sure if that works out okay. Right, so congratulations to the Toon Army, to Newcastle United. They're through to the English League Cup final at Wembley, of course. Long overdue, I expect, for Geordie fans that I've certainly known of for years. They're extremely passionate of their football club. They've come a long way from Division 1. They've come a long way from having managers like Steve Bruce, from having previous really bad owners, and they're on their way to Wembley. And who is it going to be in the final tomorrow? Now I go into my predictions for tomorrow. Where's my trusty little book? There you go, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you do football. Not like ST in the chat. Because ST probably uses an iPad. I use pencil and paper. That's what Jose Mourinho used. That's what Benitez uses. That's what Ancelotti uses. Pencil, paper. That's what gets you. And what you get, you look at the match. You don't use a tablet to tell you how the match is going. You look at the match. All right, here we go. On the where are we? Yeah, I'm actually going to leave it there so you can actually see that I'm writing. So there's no... So see, Diego C. Palace, I have never, ever flip-top on my picks. I have never moonwalked. I have never thrown any of my picks underneath the bus as my champs. You know what I mean? Real talk. Whether it's football, whether it's boxing, whether it's UFC, I never, ever flip-flop. I never moonwalk. Unlike those Manchester United fans, those Arsenal fans, and those Liverpool fans who always throw their picks underneath the bus and moonwalk all over the place. At Diego C. Palace, once I make a pick, it stays picked. Real talk. If you're a Liverpool, Manchester United, or Arsenal fan, please subscribe if you're new. Everyone is welcome. I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to get so in trouble today. But it's true, though. I don't flip-flop and I don't moonwalk. Right, tomorrow. Oh, wait a minute. This is wrong. I've got this wrong. So tomorrow it is Thursday, of course. Hello. Let me just write this down. My pen's not working. Okay. It's the League Cup, yeah. Oh, come on. That's 2 pens that don't work. What's going on? Can someone send a memo? That's 2 pens that don't work. I mean, what's all that about? Now, just a sec. Right, here we go. Got the little... And that is not a toothbrush, by the way. That is a brush for something else, to get something sorted out. Right, that's 2 pens I've tried to use and they didn't work. Unbelievable. Right, which one should we go for? Oh my God, look at the state of this pencil. That's what Arsenal were playing like today. All chewed up. I don't know if you can see it. That's terrible. I mean, the rubber's still on it, all right. I'll put it back. Right, let's go for this one. We're going for this one. All right, let's go for this fancy one. Let's go for this blue one here. Oh, it's a pilot one. Right, let's see if this works. Third time lucky. Tomorrow's fixtures. It's Thursday. There, it's working. I don't know if you can see the writing. It's a light blue colour. Right, Thursday. This is my picks for tomorrow. And remember, at Diego C. Palace, I always eat and drink while I watch my football. So you make sure you do that tomorrow as well. There's nothing wrong with it. And I also, I never moonwalk or throw my goats underneath the bus. Real talk. Right, it's the League Cup. Who's it? It's Liverpool at home, isn't it? It's the semi-finals. Second leg. And we've got Liverpool versus Spurs. I normally write Tottenham Hotspur, but there's no room on the pad. Okay, look, there's just no room. So Liverpool, remember that at the moment Tottenham Hotspur are 1-0 up, but they are going to be playing like literally under 21s tomorrow at Anfield. I can't remember the last time Tottenham won at Anfield in any competition. I suppose Liverpool fans and Tottenham Hotspurs would. I think this is a test for Arnold Slot. Cut a long story because I've spoken about it already. But he's playing under 21s. Arnold Slot's side is going to be playing with more experienced side, more informed players, even though they got a bit rattled in the first match. They're the League Cup holders, Liverpool, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I'm going Liverpool 2. On the night, it's going to be Liverpool 2, Tottenham 0. But because they've got one goal up from it on aggregate, in total, it's going to be 2-1. So full time, with everything counted, I'm going for a Liverpool 2, Tottenham Hotspur 1. That's the aggregate full-time result for tomorrow. Please hit like. Help me get to 10 likes if you can in the chat. I would be much appreciated if you could. And I'm gonna switch this off because literally I am cooking here. Right, the next one is that all this playing tomorrow? Oh, there's the other League Cup. Doncaster Rovers. We're playing them soon, so I might want to keep an eye on that one. What's that? That's League 2. It's Chesterfield, not Cheltenham. Chesterfield. I'm going to go Chesterfield 1. Doncaster Rovers. Where are they on the table, actually? I have no idea. Oh, my God, they're at the top. Where's Chesterfield? I can't see them. Oh, there they are. They're 10th. They're mid-table. They lost the previous one. Doncaster Rovers. Gee, they've won 4 on the bounce. Oh, my God. Oh, my days. I'm going Doncaster Rovers 3. Doncaster Rovers. There you go. I'm going Chesterfield 1, Doncaster Rovers 2. Of course, we got them in the cup. Who else? Then the the Women's League Cup. It's the semi-final, isn't it? The other semi-final, yeah. Semi-final. And that is between, of course, Arsenal versus Manchester City. Now, this is more difficult to predict. Manchester City women, they've recently they won against Arsenal in the WSL. I think it was 3-4. They won against Bristol. They lost against Chelsea. It's Chelsea, just the squad in left that they've got. That's the last three. Manchester City, of course, they lost against Arsenal because they played recently. I'm going for an Arsenal win. I think Arsenal are going to do it. I'm going Arsenal 2, Manchester City 0. I just think it's a match too far for City, and they've got players coming back from injury. That's the way I see it. So I could be wrong, but I'm going Arsenal women to win tomorrow, the second FA Cup semi-final, I should say. Not FA semi-final. Yeah. Oh my God! Get my teeth out of my mouth. Tomorrow, Arsenal versus Manchester City in the Women's League Cup semi-final. Arsenal versus Manchester City. I'm going Arsenal 2, Manchester City 0. I think City will be they won't jeopardise the progression in the WSL. Right. Please hit like and subscribe. So that's it. I'm doing 2-0 for that one. I'm just quickly doing the predictions for tomorrow. Who else is playing? It's not that much. Oh, I might as well do it. Real Sociedad. No, I'm not going to mention that. I'm just going to put Valencia versus Barcelona. Valencia versus Barcelona. I'm going Valencia 0, Barcelona 2. And it could be even more to Barcelona, I reckon. Oh, Fiorentina versus Inter Milan. That will be tasty. That will be tasty. Because Inter have only drawn 1 before to AC Milan, where it ended 1-1. And they are following, I knew this, 4. I thought it was 3, but it's 4 wins on the bounce. And that's including 2 wins in the Champions League for Inter. So Lautaro, Morata there. Let's have a look. Okay. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe at Diego C. Palace. Help me get to 10 likes. And if you're new, please subscribe at Diego C. Palace. I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. So if you can help me get there, that will be wonderful as well. Let me just refresh this. Yeah, please subscribe if you're new. If you're watching on playback, please subscribe at Diego C. Palace. That's my predictions for tomorrow. I'm going to shut that up in case anyone can hear me on the advertising. It's going to be a good match tomorrow between Liverpool and Tottenham. I will try and do the watch along for that. There is another big match in the other semi-finals in the Women's League Cup, but I've got Arsenal women to win that 2-0. But in the Men's League Cup semi-final, Liverpool versus Tottenham Hotspur, I'm going for Liverpool on the night to win 2-0, but overall, because Tottenham have a goal on aggregate, overall 2-1. If Arnold Slot drops a wobbly tomorrow, I suppose Liverpool fans, they'll be looking at that one saying to themselves, well, we want to focus on the Champions League in the Premier League. But I don't think that's the way Liverpool fans think. I think every cup that they go into, I think that's certainly the mentality that they had when they had Jurgen Klopp. Do they still have that mentality? with their new manager? Probably so. I would say so as the outsider looking in. As a salty Crystal Palace fan, I'll be going, nah, they've lost it. They've lost it. They've lost the mojo. The new Arnold Slot is the new Mr. Blobby. I'm going to get in trouble. But that's how I see it. Come on, you got to have a bit of a laugh. And in any case, what the Crystal Palace fans says to the Liverpool fans up at Anfield is that's nothing compared to what I've just said. It's nothing. That's like warm milk. What we say to them up there is like a volcano we're up to, like literally. You don't know. Please keep hitting likes and subscribe at Diego C. Palace if you are new. So those are my predictions for tomorrow. Oh, I didn't put the date. So tomorrow's the 6th of February. 6th February 2025. So I had 2 pens that were no good. I'm going to throw them away. See if I can get them in a bit. I completely missed. Unbelievable. I've got to go and pick them up in a minute. So there's 2 pens that are going to go into the rubbish bin. So today, just to confirm, it ended Newcastle United 2, Arsenal 0. A very convincing win by Newcastle United players, by the Toon Army at St James's. And I have to say, the mannerism of how they won not only at the Etihad, at the Emirates, and also tonight at St James's Park. I think the Newcastle United players, the way they took it to Arsenal. Oh, here we go. Here's an interview here quickly. Please help me get to 10 likes. If you're new to the channel, this is what the Newcastle United manager. I'm just going to pour myself a drink because I'm very thirsty. Oh, I don't normally like to drink too much orange juice, certainly this time of night. I'm going to be up all night now. Oh, I'm just going to have another bit. I've got nothing else. I didn't bring my water up. Oh, Lord. Okay, so this is what the Newcastle United manager, of course, Eddie Howe, had to say to Sky Sports. Big up to Sky Sports. It doesn't say who was making the interview, so I have no way to relay that. I wish they did that. I think if anyone who reports, just put your name to your report so people can use it. I suppose they know who spoke to Eddie Howe on the day, I suppose. Right, Eddie Howe speaking to Sky Sports. He says, quote, "We wanted to get the pressure on them, meaning William Saliba and Gabriel. And in order to do that, we had to get bodies in the right areas and press high. That is how we decided to do it." Full stop. He goes on to say, we're playing against elite players and one mistake can make things difficult. We had to be ourselves, to be front foot. If not, then it can quickly be 1-0, 2-0, and then you're on a back foot. That's Eddie Howe talking to Sky Sports. He goes on to say, Eddie Howe to Sky Sports, I wish this page will stop scrolling down because it's like, okay, oh, maybe that's the trick. I have to keep trolling up. Eddie Howe speaking to Sky Sports goes on to say, we had to work on the set plays as their play threat is so high. Absolutely. In the reserve fixture, there were some moments where we got a bit lucky. Again, our team selection was based on having height, especially without Joelinton. Yeah, absolutely. We needed Dan Burns, Fanscar, Sven Botsman. We defended the set plays really well today. That's what Eddie Howe said to Sky Sports. And absolutely agreeing. So this is an eye soak there for anybody who plays Arsenal, because they are a set piece merchant side now. That's the new process under Mikel Arteta, apparently. Now, Eddie Howe goes on to say it is huge to get back to Wembley. Okay, so it is huge, obviously meaning to get back to Wembley. The first appearance there was a bit unexpected, but the club, we want to be there regularly. I'm going to read that again because we were just too far away. Eddie Howe says the first appearance there was a bit unexpected, but the club we have to be there regularly. Oh, I see. So it's no surprise. We're there on merit, absolutely. Our run has not been easy this year. We faced 4 Premier League teams. So, it's just scrolled, so I've lost it. I've lost the page. Can't find it. Where is it? Oh, I've lost this. I've lost this interview. Okay, I was in the middle of reading his response to Sky Sports, and I can't find the interview now. The thing scrolled, or maybe they deleted it. I don't understand. Why would they delete it? It's their own blooming article. Unless this is a new quote. Well, anyway, they're very happy with what they've done anyway. So it's interesting what Eddie Howe there said about Newcastle United. So defending against Arsenal's set piece attacking, because they've got a new drill of attacking set pieces, especially corners. What Eddie Howe said is he sacrificed selection of some players for players that are big height, to neutralise that threat from Arsenal on set pieces. So that's I expect most managers and coaching staffs, not just at Crystal Palace but in other teams, will be looking to do to address, because clearly that's a positive for Arsenal, the way they do their corners. But I have to say that I think I remember counting at least 3 corners that Arsenal took, and they couldn't beat the first man. Unless I'm wrong and I saw a different match, but that's how I saw it. So for me, Arsenal just went at it today. The only half player I would say was Ethan Ranieri, and he only came on about 40 minutes into the match or so. And maybe Lewis Kelly for Arsenal. I think those are the other 2 players that I think could say that they did a good job today or thereabouts, but the rest of them, they were not up to. They were not up at the levels of Newcastle United. The Newcastle fans, the Newcastle players were well drilled, well organised, and really up for going to Wembley. So well done, Eddie Howe there. Now, I'm just waiting for the reaction. I never do this for Arsenal because I've got better things to do in my life, quite frankly. But I'm waiting to see the reaction. Oh, this is going to what's he up? I'm going to wait to see the reaction of Mikel Arteta and see if he's actually going to blame his balls or the balls that were used in this match. Oh, here it is. I found it. It's huge to get back to Wembley. The first experiences there was a bit unexpected, but the club, we want to be, we have to be there regularly, meaning obviously to Wembley. So it's a surprise. So it's no surprise. We were on merit. The run was not easy. This year we faced 4 Premier League teams. So that means Eddie Howe is telling people that in this League Cup, they've actually faced four Premier League teams. So they've done it the hard way. And so we have done the hard yards. Yeah, that makes sense. And then now he goes on to say, Eddie Howe speaking to Sky Sports News, saying, hopefully we can learn from the last experience and improve our performance. So he's looking forward. He's looking positively for his players. And yeah, tactically they were better. They were out for it more. And not just when in open play, but also on set pieces. And Newcastle United, 2 clean sheets over 2 games. I'm giving the man of the match. I am to Bruno Guimaraes, of course, the Newcastle United captain. It was between him and Telly. Very good midfielders there. They absolutely bossed it, and I expect the Newcastle fans will be very, 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 very happy indeed. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe at Diego C. Palace. And what else have we got here? We've got I'm waiting for the response from Mikel Arteta at the end to see if they're going to blame the design of the football. Oh, here we go. This is a report. Arsenal are now out of the FA Cup, out of the League Cup, and can focus on chasing down Liverpool. Please. Who does this? I'm not going to mention the name of the lad. Clearly, this person that's reporting is just doing it so he can get the canapes of free food and a glass of orange as he's doing this report. Chase down Liverpool. How is Arsenal going to chase down Liverpool? Where do they say these things for? It is what it is. We're still in. No, I'm sorry. I'm not going to mention the name of the person or the organization, but that's just complete BS. BS. There's nothing that I saw tonight in Arsenal that can demonstrate. In anything, it's in a contradiction in itself. The person talking about Arsenal tonight is saying, "Oh," at one point they say, "Oh, they are not. They didn't. They're not. They're not content of how they performed tonight over 2 legs. But now they can go and chase Liverpool. You can go and chase Liverpool when you've beaten Newcastle over 2 legs, not because you've been whipped 4-0. This is such bad football commentary. It's terrible. It's not the truth. Arsenal were played off the park today at St James's Park. And then you're going to tell me that now they're ready to go and chase down Liverpool. Oh, do me a favour. Do me a favour. Do me a favour, please. Some of these people just say that in the media because they get the pass to talk about it. And obviously they get canapes, prawn sandwiches and free orange juice. I hope I never get to that point. Anyway, please keep hitting the likes and subscribe at Diego C. Palace. Newcastle United 2, Arsenal 0, and it's coming up to 11 o'clock. I'll probably round it off at 11 o'clock. I have done my predictions for tomorrow. There they are. They are written down there if anyone can see. And I'm going for Liverpool to win tomorrow on the night, 2-0. But overall, it will be 2-1 in aggregate. So they'll be going against Newcastle United. And then that sort of gives the conundrum, if you like. Does Liverpool fans out there, do they want to get to the final? Because you would have thought that with Arnold Slot, they would want to get to the Champions League and win the Premier League. I think the Liverpool fans would want to win the League Cup again. They're the cup holders at the moment, so why not? As an outsider looking in, I think they will. Does Tottenham Hotspur, who do they want? Newcastle United. There's the Newcastle United, the Toon Army. Who do they want? Do they want Liverpool or Tottenham Hotspur? That's a no-brainer. Newcastle United would want to play against Tottenham all day long. It has to be because of the injuries at Tottenham Hotspur. I'm not too sure when the actual final is, but I don't think it's that far down the road. So, given the volume of injuries that Tottenham Hotspur have, I would have thought that the Toon Army, the Newcastle United club, would want to play against Tottenham because Liverpool are just they'll get it over the line tomorrow. I don't think they'll be surprised for that, in my opinion. Please keep hitting the likes and subscribe. Help me get to 10 likes if you can in the chat. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe at Diego C. Palace if you are watching on playback. What's the other thing? I was going to do something else. I can't remember what it was. Here we go. No, there's nothing there. Who was given man of the match in the end? How would you find that out? Because I missed it because I was looking at the things. Okay, I'm going to read this out. Anthony Gordon. No, I'm not going to mention that. I don't want to mention that. Please keep hitting the likes and subscribe at Legacy Palace. Just looking for anything. I'm looking for the report from Mikel Arteta. I want to see if he's going to blame the football again. He's probably still shouting at his players in the changing room. We also how he was shouting at his players in that I think it was a Prime series on Prime. You don't talk to people like that. This is Newcastle United forward Anthony Gordon on Sky Sports. It feels amazing, a proper team performance, and we got to win. Our fans are never in question. They made it so difficult for the position, and we did it right away. We had a game plan we thought would work. Everyone knows we press. It is important for us to stay humble now. It will be a great occasion, but it's so far away. So that's wise words by Anthony Gordon, of course, of Newcastle United, speaking to Sky Sports there, and emphasising to, of course, enjoy the moment in the sense of that he emphasises that it was the performance not just from the players that he plays alongside with, but also the performance from the Newcastle fans at St James's Park that got them the way they won today. And also he's got his feet well on the ground by saying that it's important for his Newcastle United side, I suppose, to be humble about it because there's still one more match to go. And if they want to land that trophy, they need to be prepared. And I expect under Eddie Howe, that he will get them prepared for that final. Now, Newcastle United fans, who do you want? Do you want Tottenham Hotspur, Liverpool? I'm a neutral, of course, from both sides. And it's a no-brainer. With the volumes of injuries that Tottenham Hotspur have, I would expect that the Toon Army, the Newcastle United fans, will fancy landing that trophy, more so playing up against Tottenham Hotspur, because, okay, let me put it to you this way. The way Newcastle United started today in the first 30 minutes, if they were playing against Tottenham Hotspur at Wembley, they would easily be 3-0 up or even more. And I can see that happening because of they've got so many injuries. They're playing literally the Tottenham Hotspur side, senior side at the moment, is another 21 side. Not entirely, but the best possible proportion of it is. And Wembley is a big occasion. And usually less experienced players, I feel, sometimes just buckle under it. Make no mistake about it, I see the Newcastle United fans hungry for that trophy, the League Cup. I'm not sure if they win the League Cup, do they go into Europe? I don't think they do. Oh, big up. Right. Too right, we want this cup. Paul Brady. But there you go. I'm only guessing because I can only gather a guess of what Liverpool fans would want to and how they feel. Actually, my head will hurt if I start thinking that way. I've got too much worry about penny for the guy there. Boom, 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 to make sure we continue to win against the likes of Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur. But I'll tell you something. Too right, we want to win this cup. Slot will go strong tomorrow. Oh, right. So he's going to go strong. All right. Okay. So he's not going to bottle it. Yeah. Up Gravenberch, McAllister, and Schloboshy. Play those three in your midfield. And you should be all right. I just can't see it. I can't see Tottenham doing any damage. Look, let me just put it in context. My Crystal Palace, who have got, if not one of the worst home forms this season out of everyone else. I don't know where we are in the table for that. We've only beaten Tottenham Hotspur and Southampton, and it was actually easier to beat Tottenham than it was to beat Southampton, because Dibbling scored the first goal for Southampton. Tottenham Hotspur, we just walked it and we got one goal lead, one goal win. So this is at Anfield now. So Liverpool fans, there, Paul Brady is adamant that his Liverpool, his Jurgen Klopp. Oh, I'm still living in the past. His Arnold slot will go strong. So Paul Brady, if he doesn't, I'm going to throw a receipt back at you tomorrow. What's your schedule at the moment? All right, let's be as a voyageur into Liverpool. Let me look at your scheduling. So no, I have to go there and then go to Liverpool. It's right at the top. It's easy to go to Liverpool. Just go right to the top of the table, and then go to scores and fixtures. Okay, so oh yeah, he can go because basically tomorrow he's got at 8 p.m. at home against Tottenham Hotspur, and then on Sunday he's got a long trip. He's got to go to where Wayne Rooney used to manage. Of course, that's Plymouth Argyle, and that's a 3 p.m. kickoff on a Sunday. So in the FA Cup, followed by the Wednesday, the match that was postponed earlier on in the at the end of last year because of the weather, Everton versus Liverpool. So literally. Do you know what? I kind of agree and disagree with you a little there, Paul Brady. Arnold Slot should just go strong all the way because he's got Liverpool, Tottenham Hotspur tomorrow, 8 o'clock. And then 2 days later and a bit, he's got Plymouth Argyle, but that's a long trip. So they're going to have to travel there. And then they're back on Wednesday, away at Goodison against Everton. And then the following Sunday. So they've got a busy week. That's 4 games in 1 week. The difficult one that I see there for Liverpool is not Tottenham Hotspur, it's not Plymouth Argyle, or even Wolverhampton Wanderers. It's the Everton. I know there should be Everton, but the thing is Everton versus Liverpool and Liverpool versus Everton, those 2 fixtures, it's like, I think someone can call it a grudge match. That's putting it very, very mildly. So we'll see what happens there. But I think that's the hardest difficult. Oh, I tell a lie. They've actually got more fixtures. And then after that, they've got the big one, Manchester City. Whoa. And then Newcastle United finish it off in February. Wow. Liverpool have got a very high schedule. I disagree with you, Paul Brady, because I think he might tinker a bit with the side because he can tinker with the side against Tottenham Hotspur, which we won against Crystal Palace fans. So I disagree with you, Paul Brady. I think tomorrow your Arnold Slot will go half experience and half youngsters, if you like, because you've got Tottenham Hotspur, then Plymouth Argyle, and then listen to this, you've got Everton, Liverpool, Manchester City, and Newcastle United. You've just seen how Newcastle United are flying. I'll say no more. Right, thank you very much for watching. It has come up to 11 o'clock, and I want to thank everyone in the chat from the top. Oregon Gooner, thank you very much for dropping. I hope you're well out there in the USA. Big up to the DVS there, Oregon Gooner. Hope you're well. And a massive thank you for dropping into my chat. That means a lot to me. Thank you very much. I expect you are absolutely fuming, but not at all surprised in how woeful, inept your manager is at your football club. You were one of the first to call him out. As an outsider looking into your football club, I think Mikel Arteta is still doing his apprenticeship and manages coaches' badges right now. Because the lad or the man, I'm sure he's a good man. I'm sure he's a good family person. I'm sure he's a good coach. I'm sure he's a good manager. But is he going to win silverware? No. And the proof that I have to back that up is he has spent over £850 million in net spend at Arsenal since he became the manager. And he had a good team when he took it over because he won silverware with Unai Emery's players. He dismantled that. He couldn't work with players like Aubameyang, big names that win things. He dismantled it, started a process, and now He's blaming his balls, or he's blaming the match day football for his losses. I'm just going to go back into the match to see if Mikel Arteta has actually said something after the match. And if you're an Arsenal fan, you probably want to look away, I expect. Here is the Arsenal manager. Let's see if he blames his balls or the football for the match as the reason as to why his team lost. Because that's what he blamed last match when he lost 2-0 at home at the Emirates in the first leg of the League Cup semi-final. This is the Arsenal manager, Mikel Arteta, speaking to Sky Sports, quoting him now. We had momentum. He's saying that he had momentum in the first half and didn't capitalize. They scored immediately after the momentum shifts. We needed a goal early in the second half, and we didn't get that, and the opportunities passes. Oh, they'll be the Arsenal fans. If they read that, they're going to be absolutely fuming. What about having the momentum from the beginning? In the first 23 minutes, you had no momentum in that match, and you're saying that you did. He's saying and didn't capitalize. Only after that, you started to get into the domain, but you never created anything in the last third of the attacking formation in open play, and you were woeful on set pieces, i.e. corners. You couldn't beat the first man in corners. You don't mention that. How can I suppose he's got to protect his players. They scored immediately. Yeah, Alexander Isak scored, but the Arsenal VAR referee ruled that out. And then he goes on to say, they have been more efficient than us in the boxes, and that is the difference in the tie. No, the difference is that you don't have Alexander Isak, and you don't have Bruno Guimaraes, and you don't have Tonelli in your side, Mr. Mikel Arteta, and you spent over 850 mil net spend in 5 years. Even Newcastle haven't spent that much. Oh my God. And then he goes on to say, you need to be on the day very efficient. That is what takes you close to winning trophies. What do you know about winning trophies, bro? With your own players. And today we weren't. Today is painful and tomorrow is a different day. Ooh. It's a matter of when, not a matter of if. The Arsenal fans will turn on him. The majority. There's a few out there that have actually called him out from day one, and they were right to do so, in my opinion. I'm an outsider and I can see it. Maybe I can see it a bit more clearly. When you're winning amongst it, you're a bit compromising, I suppose. But for me, that's a terrible response. At least he didn't blame his balls or the football. God. Please keep hitting the likes and subscribe at Legacy Palace. Right, that is it. That is the quote from Arsenal's manager to Sky Sports, and also the quote from Eddie Howe to Sky Sports News. Big up to Sky Sports. And well done to the Toonami, who have won tonight 2-0 and on overall 4-0 on aggregate against Arsenal over 2 legs, clean sheets, in the League Cup semi-final. And they will face either Liverpool or Tottenham Hotspur in the final. The Newcastle United players, they all started with the Newcastle fans pushing them along at the beginning of the first half and the second half. They absolutely deserve that 2-0, the 4-0 aggregate win, in my opinion. My man of the match was Bruno Guimaraes. I think he deserves it. And also Tonali played really well. Burns, Halls, Botsman, Trippier, that's another one. Gordon, he had a good day as well. Isak also had a good match as well. His goal was disallowed. For Arsenal, the only players that kind of half got there to their levels that I can see as an outsider looking into Arsenal were Ethan Ranieri, and he came on as a sub replacing Gabriel Martinelli, and Lewis Kelly. I think they did well for Arsenal. Not at their best performances, but they were the best of their players. The rest of them, they weren't at the races. And also a major concern I expect is Gabriel Martinelli coming off injured early doors in around 35, 38 minutes. I'm sure they need him for the Premier League and the Champions League, I expect. Right, so that's it. So Arsenal are out of the League Cup, out of the FA Cup, and we'll wait and see what happens the next tomorrow. I will do the watch along for tomorrow. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C Palace. I'm going to say goodbye to everyone in the chat who's dropped in today. Yes, gone past 11. So a massive thank you to Oregon Guna. I'm going from the top to the bottom. Oregon Guna, Stevie S, big up to you. Thank you very much for tuning in. Yeah, it means a lot you dropping in, bro. It means a lot. Absolutely. Thank you for doing that. I mean that. Steve RFC, thank you for dropping in. And Steve RFC, I am now, well, I could only be a Crystal Palace fan. But once I find out about, he's going to go middle. I'm now an Astana Football Club fan. I have no idea where they are. I have no idea who the manager is. I don't know anything about their history. But I'm doing it just to piss Steve RFC off. He's going to go. Imagine if Astana beats Kairat in one of the league matches. He's going to get real pissed. I'm going to enjoy that. I'm going to Google that now. A massive thank you to Shay Arsenal, who said, as I've pinned at the top of the chat, where Shay Arsenal says, remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new here, and get this channel. I think you meant to say this channel to 2,000 subscribers. Absolutely, please help me get to 2,000 subscribers. A massive thank you to Shay Arsenal for dropping in and saying that. That means a lot. Also, a massive thank you to STE. I think the Chelsea fan. Well done to the Chelsea women into the League Cup final today. They won 2-0 over West Ham United. Is it West Ham or Aston Villa? One of those. I forgot which one it is, but one of those. No, let's be professional. Let's find out who they were playing. Oh, how can I get that wrong? That's so rude. West Ham United. Did I say that first off? I'm sure I did. So I was right. Anyway, but big up to ST there. Your Chelsea women's side winning, and great to see Kira Walsh, who I think is absolutely amazing women football player. Best England player at the moment, in my opinion. And how she's not won any awards, I don't know. ST there, thank you very much for all those comments there. I think, I'm not sure they've all been pleasant. And Steve RSC there with Astana. Yeah, that's right. Astana, they're going to whoop Kairat, man. They're going to whoop their backside. And he's going to, right, I'm not contributing. I'm not doing any more now. A massive thank you to Paul Brady there. Good luck to Liverpool tomorrow. I've got you winning tomorrow on the night 2-0. Overall, it will be 2-1 on aggregate. I don't think Arnold Slot will drop the opportunity to win get some silverware before the latter stages of the Premier League and, of course, the Champions League. And I don't think he'll go strong tomorrow, like you said, Paul Brady. I think he'll mixture, because if you look after you play tomorrow, Tottenham, and then you play Plymouth Argyle at the weekend, you've got some serious oppositions every 3 days between now and the end of February. Go and look at your schedule, and I'm sure you know it. So then that's when he's going to need the strong players to be available and not injury prone with knocks, etc. So I will do the watch along tomorrow evening, and I hope to see you all there tomorrow as well. And thank you everyone in the chat. Thank you to anyone who's watching live at the moment. It's 11:12. I'm just trying to check if I missed anything else that I was supposed to mention. Oh, I don't think I mentioned about Bayern Leverkusen. They won 3-2. Is that a competition? Yeah, it's a quarter-final finals. I didn't think that was the Bundesliga. And AC Milan won in the quarterfinals of the cup against Roma. Claudio Ranieri is out of the Coppa Italia, but I think he'll want to focus in the Serie A. And yeah, you're right, STE, Tammy Abraham's bagging 2, and João Felix is basically an Arsenal lineup. Tammy Abraham, João Felix, Pulisic, Fofana. I think Fofana played for Chelsea. Do you know what? It won't surprise me if all these players for AC Milan are on the payroll at Chelsea FC, like on 15-year contracts. I mean, it's just definitely Abraham, Pulisic. I think Fofana played for Chelsea, didn't he? It just kind of rings a bell. That's all I'm saying. And there's another one there. Pulisic. Who else is there? How many Chelsea fans? How many players are there? All over the place. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely. And today I found out that apparently Chelsea was sniffing around Daniel Munoz, the Crystal Palace, and Colombian International. Unbelievable, these Chelsea fans. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But I'm not surprised. But it's just the transfer window's done, and the next day they're still at it. Unbelievable. That's Chelsea for you. Geminus of Chelsea trying to poach Crystal Palace players, as always. I'm just trying to see if there's any live matches on at the moment. There isn't. Right. Thank you very much, everyone. Please stay safe. Have a wonderful evening. And yeah, catch you up tomorrow. Congratulations to the Newcastle United fans, the Toon Army. They're on their way to Wembley. You don't get to say that very often. But well done, the Toon Army. Take care and good night.